Good evening, good morning, good day, good afternoon. How's it going, everyone? Hey, you're listening to Clemente's Corner. This is episode 90 of the podcast. This is going far, guys. I didn't think I'd make it here, but here we are. Here we are today. Having a good time. Had on a good friend, Gabe Kaspar, local comedian, funny guy, movie expert. We talked a lot about movies, and it was a good time. Talked a lot of. It was mostly movies, yeah. A lot of weird stuff going on, but it was fun, guys. And you should definitely check out his podcast, Ghost of Tex. Everywhere you can find podcasts. He does a lot of movie reviews. Does a lot of solo podcasts. He's had me on there before, and we talked No Country for Old Men and a bunch of weird, obscure porno movies as well. And he's going to have me back on for South Park, which will be fun. We'll just talk about the show and everything. As always, thank you for listening, guys. I wasn't able to upload my other podcast today. Heard that with Zane Martinez. Got another job today. I'm working a bar back, so that's pretty cool. I got like 3 jobs now. Just trying to find stuff that I enjoy and stop doing things that I don't enjoy, you know? Like, you might as well find a job you like since you got to do it 40 hours a week. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? So it's kind of where I'm at right now. Also got some upcoming comedy shows. Really, I want my main job to be comedy, but it doesn't pay right now because I'm in Amarillo, Texas, and I just started. But eventually, we'll get there. We'll get there for sure. Anyway, got some shows coming up Thursday at Zombies Bar, opening up for Joey Johnson and 2 other comics. They're all guys from Dallas. We're doing an hour of comedy, and then followed by a live podcast. Hope that's still going down. I don't know. He's got to bring his speaker through, or his, what's that stuff called? His mic and speakers and stuff. I don't have the proper ingredients to put that together. So hopefully they bring some more mics so we can get that going. And then Saturday, Rainey Lawrence, the very funny comic out of Lubbock, Texas, will be performing at Off the Hook. Y'all got to go check that out. It's going to be awesome. Real classy place. We're going to blow it up, hopefully. I'm excited for that. And Cactus Bar on the 29th, also in Amarillo, little dive bar. We had a great time the first time, so excited to do that again. We've got 6 Car in August, somewhere else in August. I don't know. We're getting a lot of new venues, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And just thank you for the support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for going to any shows that you've been to. I appreciate you guys. Heard there was a hurricane in New Orleans or Louisiana. I don't know. Tropical Storm Barry. I haven't been watching the news, man. I don't know what's going on in the world. Cardi B probably did something. Trying to watch Stranger Things. Hasn't worked out yet. Still trying to be a personal trainer. Also hasn't worked out yet. I haven't studied in a while. I'll get to it, though, when I get less busy, if that ever happens. Really trying to focus on comedy and focus on this podcast. Oh, man, but the new job's cool, man. I've always wanted to try bartending, so I'm going to try that out, see how it goes, see how I like it. So far, it's a good time. It's a good time. I'm also doing trivia every Wednesday at Fast Eddie's. So if, you're going to see me around, whether you want to or not. You're going to see me at a mic on accident, or you're going to see me at Fast Eddie's on accident, or you're going to see me at Drunken Oyster on accident. I'm everywhere, guys. You're going to see me everywhere because I do everything now. Eventually, you're going to see me as a personal trainer. I don't know where yet, but you'll see me there. Don't worry. I'm always watching you, Wazowski. Okay, that's enough of the intro. Anyway, this song is brought to you by Smooth Taste. Shout out to those guys on the road with Lake Dads and Jay Hare and the Mockingbirds. This song is called Cocoa Shea Butter. Look them up. Need to stop inhaling into the mic. I did that last time for the intro. I kept going, and it's just too much, I don't know why I'm talking like that. I did it again. Stop inhaling. Okay. Anyway, this is off the album called Stories. It's the number 1 track. It's called Cocoa Shea Butter. Please look these guys up. They're awesome. They're going to be famous one day, and they're all out of Amarillo. They're going to put Amarillo on the map more so than it is. I don't know, is it on the map? It's on the map, but it's going to be more on the map. It's going to have a bigger font because of these guys. So please enjoy this, and please enjoy the podcast. Thank you for listening. Also, shout out to Spitefully Spicy Salsa. Spitefully Spicy Salsa. Crafted here in Amarillo. Bottled here in Amarillo. Local comedian. Local funny guy. Colin Robinson bottles that shit. Look up his Instagram at Spitefully Spicy. Delicious flavors. I got like 10 of them in my fridge right now. all kinds of flavors that go on everything. It's a good time. Check it out. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Hope you enjoy this song. And I just thank you for the support. Keep supporting. I love you.
I'm good.
Gabe doesn't drink coffee.
No, I don't. Don't even sound like that. That's not funny. Faggot.
Whoa, can't say faggot on the podcast.
What can I say?
I think I edited it out. Edited it.
Ed and Eddie.
I edited out faggots.
Really?
Of my podcast. Yeah.
Are you serious?
No. Is there a way to do that?
I was going to say, there's no way. There's no way.
It's like my recording device just recognizes that word. That's probably how it works. How do they edit live TV? You're a director, you know, right? The other dog, yeah.
Well, the live TV has a delay on it. It has like a maybe 10 to 15 second delay for the TV audience, so that's why.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it can bleep, or that's why if somebody's like on live, like on a late night show and they curse, then they can just cut the feed, or they can either do that, or they can just they don't really bleep as much anymore on live TV when that happens. They just kind of just cut out the audio.
They say cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice. They do the whole the reuse of awful, corny, weird non-curse words on the fly.
Weird.
She's like, I'm sick of this horse dookie, man.
I didn't know live TV was 15 seconds delayed. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't think that's like the exact number.
It changes everything. So when the ball drops on New Year's, I actually dropped 15 seconds ago.
But I don't know about that. I'm saying for something
no,
like I'm just saying if you go something on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
This is your belief.
This is my game theory.
So they bleep it. See, I still don't see how they bleep it. How do they know you're about to curse?
Well, I think they got a guy that's really quick on the button that's just waiting there. His whole job is to wait to see the guy just make the. And he's like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
Oh shit! He said father.
Shit! He said father. Our demographics are gonna think we hate fathers.
Yes.
Oh man, that's funny.
F them Fs. Anyway.
Didn't they bleep the words Donald Trump on Comedy Central for a while?
Did they?
I think so. I was watching Broad City at one point, and then somebody said Trump, and they bleeped it, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
That's hilarious. I'm sure they would. It makes sense.
I think it's funny. I think the funniest thing about that is just thinking about that dude's reaction to it. Just thinking of, I was walking around, and I heard Comedy Central was censoring my name, and I was like, "All right, good work ethic." I think.
Didn't they had a Donald Trump show for a little bit?
They still have one.
Oh,
well,
nice.
not Comedy Central. Showtime does. It's called Our Cartoon President.
Oh, I bet it sucks.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to this shit anymore, man. It's boring.
Yeah, he's not even fun to talk about. Let's talk about him though.
Let's talk about him though.
His thing with his daughter's weird.
What about it?
How he wants to fuck her.
Yeah. Definitely weird.
A little bit weird.
Just a little bit, though. I feel like we're just trying to sugarcoat it because we're also in the same mindset. It's just like, well, it's not that bad, guys. Let's just take it down for a second here.
Well, we all know creepy dads. He's just one of them. Him and Joe Biden.
If anything, it makes him more lovable.
Oh, he takes planes to islands with little kids, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe.
I could see people doing that, making that ultimatum. It's like, well, do you want him or do you want Bill Cosby? And he was America's dad.
Those are two options. Once we get Cosby out of prison, he's gonna run.
Oh boy. Oh man, I'm obsessed with OJ's Twitter.
Are you?
I am obsessed with OJ's
It's pretty
Twitter.
exciting.
It is. I mean, I definitely think, like, on one hand, it's like it's not good to like give the guy attention.
I think it's great to give him attention.
But then on the other end, it's like I can't. It's like watching a train wreck. I can't help but watch. And it's not like he's doing like a bad job of coming back with a social media account. I just think that there's somebody like him cannot bounce back in that way.
I just feel like he's not addressing the obvious thing that everyone wants to know about.
Oh yeah,
he's like, I want to talk about fantasy football.
It's like, no, you don't. We want to know how you stabbed your wife, dude. I was gonna make a little mini skit for my Instagram. I might still do it, but I was gonna do an impression of OJ and be like, this is every video on his Twitter. Where I was gonna be like, hey guys, what does he say? Well, hello Twitter world, it's yours truly. I've been gone for a while we don't need to talk about that. Let's talk about the Democratic National Debate. I don't know any of these candidates because I haven't been around for a while. But let's talk about all the cancer kids.
I was wondering why his Twitter wasn't verified. Do you think they'll ever verify him for being a murderer? You know?
Yeah, I think they'll verify him, but instead of the check mark, it's like a bloody knife. It's just a glove. It's the glove emoji.
Bring back the bad emojis. Bring back the gun. It's not as fun with a squirt gun. It's not as threat. You can't threaten someone with a squirt gun emoji.
Yeah, I know that. It makes it really tough for him. Like, give me your fucking money, or you're gonna get
blasted with water.
Gonna get blasted with water, bitch. Super Soaker 3000.
Super Soaker, that was the shit. Do you remember Super Soakers as a young child? That was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I never got one though.
Super Soakers, and then I was a big, I was in a big neighborhood that was all obsessed with slip and slides.
Slip and slide. I never had one of those either, but they were fun.
It's a good way to prepare yourself for waxing your chest. Because it just rips the skin off you.
My mom would just get me like one of those pools, so I could drown myself, but it never worked. I was too big.
It was too big.
Eventually.
That's funny.
It's hard to get a good tub my size, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to drown myself in public. It's someone else's issue. I don't want to.
Yeah, you really don't want to do that. And you don't want to try it at somebody else's house again, because then again, it's their issue.
Yeah, be rude. Be rude. Think of fun ways to go out. Skydiving.
Is that really a fun way to go out? I don't feel like I'd be having fun going out that way. You want something?
You would though.
No, because I would know I'm falling to my death. Like, that's not a fun way to go out.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's as you're falling.
A fun way to go out is
falling,
like,
you're like, I love this scenery. This is beautiful.
Okay, so a fun way. To, so your argument is it's a fun way to go out skydiving if you're too stupid to know that you're falling.
Yeah, you take the scenic route.
You take the.
Like, oh, I always wondered what it looked like from up here.
Jesus Christ. No, I think like a fun way to go would be like if you don't know that you get clocked out. You know, like say you go to take a selfie with like a bear or something.
Well, you're just asking to get eaten.
Well, like yeah, that's probably it. That's actually my idea for rebooting The Revenant.
Shoot myself into space. That'd be a good way to go out.
Shoot yourself into space?
Yeah.
Like just without a helmet and.
Maybe, I don't know. Get on one of Elon Musk's rockets, and then just open the door once you get up there.
Dude, that would piss people off. Can you imagine? That would probably, in my opinion, that'd probably be one of the best pranks ever. If you just are like, I already made it to space. And they're just like, Viegas, what are you doing? Viegas! He just opens the door.
And I'm just like, the Earth is flat, and then I go out. And that way I can start more conspiracy theories.
Yeah, tell them the Earth is flat and the frogs are gay.
The frogs are gay. I'm turning the mermaids gay.
I'm tired of them putting chemicals in the water that turn the mermaids gay. Now try my supplements.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alex Jones should do Kool-Aid.
He should do everything.
Come and try this Kool-Aid, kids. Oh, yeah.
I love Alex Jones. Bring him back.
I have no idea what he's been up to.
Oh, I think he's still doing his show. He's just not on any other platform.
I've just seen memes of him. Or the last thing I heard about him was I was listening to these comedians talk about him, and they were talking about how whenever they do those supplement photos on his website, they have like back and like the side to side photos of him, like before and after photos of those supplements. And the photo after is literally the same exact photo, but his skin is just red. And I was like, oh, good, it turns you into a hot dog.
That's funny. No, he's insanely out of shape. I wouldn't take any of his supplements.
He's got like a weird, like, in shape, out of shape kind of body.
He's like, it looks like he used to work out a lot, and then he just let himself go. He looks like Humpty Dumpty. Like he's got like a great chest, and then everything else has gone to shit.
He looks like Mr. Incredible.
Yeah. Mr. Incredible if he was bipolar.
Oh,
and maybe a little shorter.
Yeah. Maybe a little shorter, and maybe hated the government. I'll tell you why they made the superheroes illegal. It's the globalists.
The globalists. Oh, it's a great Alex Jones impression. I need to work on mine.
I'm trying to work on a lot of impressions, man.
I'm Alex Jones. See, mine's not very good. I'll work on it.
The other day when I was at work, I was doing that Trump impression, and then I tried out an Obama impression. We were trying to get me to say, like, Trump things as Obama. So I was just like,
pussy.
Let me be clear. I walked up right to her, and I grabbed her right by the pussy.
Let me be clear. I would fuck my daughter, given the chance. Just kidding, America.
But seriously, we're bombing Libya.
Oh, yes.
What do you think is the least? What do you think like is the least Trump could do for just like everybody to like for like the stock market to collapse and everybody to just like fucking like burn down their houses? What do you think is the least he could do? Do you think if he just tweeted war?
I still don't think a stock market would crash. It's the least he could do. It's a good question. Crash the stock market, he could.
Crash his plane into the stock market. Jesus Christ, that probably wasn't a good idea.
Probably just like cut off trade with everybody.
I'm saying the least he could do, the absolute least. I mean, anybody could pull off anything to get people.
Send a dick pic through Twitter.
Really?
Stock market might go up. It depends. Depends on the dick.
Send the dick on Twitter with like a
with like a fun caption.
With like a fun caption with like a trademark.
He can dress it up as Hillary.
Oh, man. He does like a puppet show with it. I would imagine he just makes it like a little Trump and like tries to do an impression with himself.
That wasn't my balls.
Tell me, little Trump, what were you up to today? I was walking around town and I saw crooked Hillary.
Oh man, do you think his dick has a spray tan?
That wouldn't surprise me. Do you think he has like a toupee for his pubes?
And he has like a T tattooed on the side of it for Trump.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. No, I feel
everybody loves it. It's tremendous.
I feel like what they would do. I feel like what he would do is it would just be the word Trump like tattooed down his shaft, like vertically.
But it stops at you.
But it stops at you.
True.
True. It's a true story. You love it.
Oh, enough about Trump's dick.
The best advice I ever heard for a Trump impression was from Zach Hadel. And have you ever heard of Zach Hadel?
No, but I think you told me this to be Ben Shapiro with a higher voice or something.
I mean, that's one way to do it, but the way he was talking about it, I mean, Ben Shapiro wasn't really that hard either, but...
Can you do Ben Shapiro having a conversation with Donald Trump?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
So, Mr. Trump, I happen to agree with absolutely everything you're saying, and anything that anybody ever has to disagree with you is completely asinine and false. I don't know how they do it. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, Ben. You're talking a little bit loud, all right? And I'll be honest, didn't know you were Jew until I saw that nice little cap on your head. You know? I don't know how you feel about this. I was watching a Holocaust movie, saw the people in the cages, and I was like, hey, maybe that's a good idea to try out IRL.
I love that you said Holocaust. Because he probably would say that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Well, like, Zach Hadel was saying, like, the thing that, like, that would make a Trump impression really good, that, like, does his mannerisms really well, is that he stretches out his vowels. So when you have somebody that's, like Stephen Colbert, that's like, I'm Donald Trump, you have to be like, and I was doing this. You have to be like, and I was walking around. Mm-hmm. You have to, like, really stretch out your vowels. And then he was saying something, and I think he said it as a joke, but it actually is pretty good advice. It's like, you have to really just be out of breath at the end of every sentence. Because he really is.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
I was reading a book.
I want to do whatever.
It was teaching me my
on.
ABCs. And then I thought NBC. And then I thought of CNN. And I got angry, and I closed the book.
I saw he was talking about somebody, and he called him a Hispanic. He was like talking this guy up. He's like, he's a Hispanic. He's great. He's a great guy.
I would pay all the money in the world just to watch Trump do improv.
That'd be awesome.
Just to watch Trump do improv. I think improv is just a lot of fun.
I think he'll go on a comedy tour. After he ends his second term.
I think he'll just end up the OJ route with an unverified Twitter account.
I accidentally killed her, but I'm back on Twitter. Let's talk about fantasy football.
But here's the thing with Trump is he would do the exact opposite of OJ. He would talk about that shit in every single post. You want to know how I killed her? I'll tell you how I killed her.
She was talking shit.
She was talking trash, all right? She said I had a small dick. I don't accept lies at this house. I don't accept it. It's okay. He really would.
I hope he lives forever. I'm going to be the only person who's sad. Guys, like, oh, I miss that guy.
It'd be more like an ironic sad. Like, you wouldn't genuinely miss him, but you'd be like, oh, I miss the laughs.
No, I'll definitely miss him. R.I.P. future Trump. I guess President Trump in the future. I'm going to be sad when Will Ferrell dies.
Really?
Yeah, devastated.
Has there ever been a celebrity death where you were actually, like, sad by it?
I was sad about Mac Miller.
Really?
Yeah.
I barely knew who Mac Miller was when that happened.
That's because you're a loser.
No,
it's because you're white. You don't listen to white rappers.
You're talking to the guy that like doesn't shut up about Eminem.
Would you be sad if Eminem died?
Honestly, I'd be a little confused.
Why?
Because I'd be like, what took him out? Because he doesn't really like go out and about that much. You don't really see him out anywhere. So it's like, what'd you die of? Polio?
He'd have to like choke on a pretzel or something. He's gonna.
They were like, "What?"
Really
they were like, "Tell us what's happening to him. What's going on?"
And then he'd come back and do one more verse as a dead guy.
He'd drop I think from heaven he would do a diss track on Satan. But I think for me the one that actually I was sad about was Robin Williams. That one I was actually sad about.
That is, I mean, I wasn't sad about it, but I was like, "Damn, that sucks."
Yeah,
because that does suck.
I think for me it was just I came from a childhood where I just was like, oh, so many Robin.
When he died? That's messed up, bro. Calm down.
Did you hear he died?
Just come on command when I hear about Robin Williams.
Or just about it. I think it's
the movie.
Oh my god!
I changed my pants 3 times.
Oh my god!
It's especially sad because the live action Aladdin sucked ass.
Wait, really thought it sucked ass?
I didn't like it.
Really?
I fell asleep 30 minutes into it.
Oh, dude, I fell asleep too. Actually, no joke, man. I fell asleep too. But here's the thing: I didn't think it was that bad. I think as far as reboots go, they could have gone way, way worse. I think for me, the 2 biggest faults they had was you could tell they just blew all of their budget on Will Smith.
That makes sense.
All the effects on Will Smith, because there's so many times where you watch the effects in the movie, and it was so cheaply made.
Yeah, it looks so corny.
And I'm like, well, how the hell did you guys like motion capture every single bit of Will Smith moving around, but you couldn't get this?
It looked like a well-produced porno.
A little bit. I remember seeing that. They were doing I saw a poster. It was a poster for the new Aladdin. And it was like, how come the post for the real live-action reboot looks like the porno parody? And the thing, too, is that they casted, like, the worst Aladdin. They casted the worst Jafar.
Absolute worst Jafar and Jasmine. None of them were convincing at all.
Jafar, what I thought was funny was, like, Jafar was, like, this menacing-looking dude in the original cartoon. And he looked, like, really, like, he was a pretty scary-looking villain for Disney standards.
Definitely.
And then you see this guy, and it's some little, like, short schmuck. He was shorter than Aladdin in the movie, and I was like, come on, he could flick you in the eyes here.
I feel like the cartoon version, he was, like, at least 6'8".
Yeah.
He was a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they ruined the parrot. I don't know why they did that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the parrot.
The parrot was like one of the best characters in the cartoon.
Yeah. I think too the thing about it as well is that like I definitely understand they put value in the genie. And definitely in the genie they pulled it off because like Will Smith
did great.
He did great. He really pulled it off and making the genie his own character.
In the 45 minutes I saw, he did great.
But like he really pulled it off and made the character his own. And then he didn't try to copy Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Which is really good because then you make it your own version of the genie.
Mm.
But at the same time, like that's not enough to carry the movie.
It was like the Fresh Prince of genies.
Yeah. Like I said, I think the reason he did so good at the genie, and I think they did really well on most of the music, I think that's where it's like, I think I'd give it like a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
Yeah.
You said you liked it.
Yeah, that means I liked it.
You gave it a 50.
Yeah, I gave it a 50.
What do you give things you don't like?
When I give the things I don't like, that's below a 5 out of 10. A 5 out of 10 is like the minimum for me to like it. And like
Really?
it, yeah.
Raise your standards, bro.
No.
I feel like if you like it, it should be
Well,
at
I'm
least
going
a
to a
7.
movie to be entertained. I want to be entertained. If you entertain me for a little bit, then sure. Like, I'll be honest with you.
What did you give that that Hellboy reboot?
Oh, yeah, I remember we saw that. We went and saw that. You remember that?
Yeah.
You wish you didn't. Here's the thing about that movie. It was so fucking off the walls. I think somebody who wrote that movie was like on crack cocaine because they were like, all right,
Probably.
Hellboy's doing this plot. Hellboy's doing that plot. And they bounce around between like 50 plots until the movie just sort of ends.
Yeah.
And then I remember you and I were laughing at one point because like it was towards the end where they're waking up the monsters and they're showing like the monsters wreaking havoc. And then there's just 5 straight minutes of monsters just ripping people apart with like nothing doing to it. And I was just talking to you and I was like, why the fuck are they doing this? But here's the thing. I think David Harbour did good as Hellboy, and I appreciate that they did practical effects on him instead of making him like a CGI dude. So that I appreciated.
Was he wasn't a CGI dude in the first one, was he?
No, it was all
Okay.
makeup.
Okay, yeah, the first I thought the like original
From an effects
1 and 2 were
standpoint, I appreciated it a lot. And then I think when it came to the actual action of it, I was entertained. But like, I mean, man, I remember we were like getting exhausted watching it. It was like pulling out teeth,
Yeah.
sitting through it.
That's how I felt about Transformers.
And so yeah, I don't know. I like the new Bumblebee movie though.
They made another one?
Yeah, they made a new. They just
Jesus.
made a Bumblebee spinoff
I watched
where it's just Bumblebee, and it's really good.
After Transformers 3, I was like, fuck this.
Watch Bumblebee because it's kind of like a soft reboot.
It's like watching a million car crashes, except the cars can run.
And then all of a sudden, then what's funny too is like after a while they just stopped really giving a shit about designing these Transformers, so none of them have any like real color design. So it's just a bunch of like gray metal, just looks like cars having sex with each other.
But what did you rate Hellboy scale of 10?
Scale of 10, I'd say like a 4, maybe a
that's
3.
Fair. That's fair.
But because like I
Around
said,
the
it's
ladder.
just on the verge. Like I said, it's just on the verge of it. It was entertaining.
What pissed me off about Transformers 3, this is way back, I was in high school, but they were trying to prove a point that the world needed them. So they like went away for like 3 weeks and just let millions of people die.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you guys ready? Like, we'll save you now. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck the Transformers.
That was like the equivalent of being like an upset girlfriend of like, I'm just gonna go. See how much you like it now.
Except if your girlfriend was like a cop and your house was getting robbed, you know? Or someone is trying to murder you.
I'm just gonna go. How would you like that? I'm being attacked. Well, why don't you just dig yourself out of this mess, mister?
That's funny, though.
I saw Toy Story 4 last week.
Hell yeah, how'd you like it?
It was pretty good, actually. It held up with the others, but I still stand by my opinion that you really didn't need a 4th movie. Like, if this 4th movie had never existed, 3 would have been fine.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think you really needed... I mean, I liked the 3rd movie, but...
The problem
I
is
don't think
people
was
hyped it up
necessary either.
way too much for this one, just like they hype up every Pixar movie.
Absolutely.
I was having a Pixar rant the other day. Not really much to do with Pixar. I mean, Pixar does have a lot of faults, but it's just like I find a lot of irritability with a lot of Pixar fans. Because, like, every time I'm on social media and I'm
Hot
seeing...
takes.
Yes, here's a hot take. Here's a hot take.
Fuck them Pixar fans, man.
Well, not all of them. I'm just saying, like, it's just like Rick and Morty fans. I want to just do a bunch of cringy bullshit.
Fuck you and your hopping lamps.
But, like, I get annoyed whenever I see, like, Pixar fans that want to go, like, so in depth with the movies, which I'm fine with going in depth, but they want to be like, this movie means so much, and this character's a metaphor for this, and this character metaphor for that.
Are you talking about how like each story is connected somehow?
Not really
Those big theories.
Oh yeah, those big theories are pretty cool, but I mean those definitely aren't like real. Like that's not really what they're doing. But I mean like people that want to analyze the movies, piece by piece, like how we were doing No Country for Old Men. Like they want to analyze it on that level, which is fine. I think if they're able to find that kind of context, it's fine. But at the same time, if you're willing to hold it to that standard, you have to hold it up to the same level of criticism as well. So you have to say, okay, there's an inconsistency here, there's an inconsistency there. And I've noticed people that do criticize more these movies fairly, though. They're not like these movies are bad, but there's an inconsistency here. I don't know why this happens for a team that's supposed to be trying hard to really cutting corners here, and you're doing that. And then those same fans that want to glorify it for being like all this in-depth stuff, their immediate response to criticism is like, well, it's just a kid's movie. Relax, it's just a kid's movie. Well, I'm like, it's either just a kid's movie or it's a movie that you get to go in depth with. You can't switch the standard for a movie based off of whether or not you like the opinion of it.
Yeah, you watch movies way different than I do. I'm just like, oh, this seems cool.
Well, no, there's a lot of movies that I do that with where I prefer to just shut up and watch it. And I mean, I do shut up and watch it, but I mean, I could turn my brain off and watch it. Like that's why I love like Sam Raimi movies. Like I love The Evil Dead.
Oh yeah,
with a chainsaw.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just fun to watch movies like that because then the person who's making it is having fun with it. Like they know it's ridiculous.
That's how I feel about Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
With the way he uses like blood splatters.
No, yeah.
It's like he's just making it like a fun comic book.
Yeah.
He's just doing his thing.
I was watching on Netflix. I was watching the extended cut of The Hateful Eight, with like 4-hour long cut.
Damn.
And
I like that movie a lot. It's just the ending is like so fucking gruesome.
Oh yeah.
I don't like watching that.
You don't like watching a dude getting his nutsack blown off?
The last 10 minutes, I'm like,
Or are you not big into gore?
I don't think so, man. I don't know.
Or does it just like make you queasy or something?
It doesn't like make me queasy. I don't know. It's just too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially Tarantino could get excessive.
Oh, can get excessive. He's excessive in every movie. Jesus.
But I still like his like the plot and everything.
Yeah.
I like everything else he does. It's just
the thing for me with gore in movies these days is like I don't really think so much of it from that standpoint. I mean, I used to, and it would definitely make me nauseous. But then like the more and more I got into like looking at visual effects and all that, I think about it more from like an effects standpoint. So like that scene from Hateful Eight where that dude gets shot like in the chest and then like his head gets blown off.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I was like, oh look, you can see they made like a paper mache head to put like put like what's it called, like M80s in to explode it or something. I wonder if that's what they did. So like it's kind of like a diversion of thought.
Yeah, and I think it's just like the amount of gore, like when they're like crucifying that dude, the amount of blood. I don't know, it just
they crucified a dude in that movie,
didn't they? Or they hung him up.
Oh yeah, they hung
a rope.
Yeah, they hung up. I missed that part.
They pulled out a crucifix.
They pulled out a crucifix and they're like, prepare to meet Jesus, bitch.
No,
their last breaths before they all die is like, wow, we really nailed it.
But no, like movies like Hostel.
Oh, dude.
I feel like they're being excessive just for the sake of being excessive.
Oh yeah, but that's just what pure exploitation is in cinema. Especially since I think gore-sploitation in cinema has evolved from simple gore-sploitation, like an act itself, and it turns them more into torture porn, which is where we get to Hostel and Saw.
And like Saw, like I think they had like a good storyline, like the first couple, and then like by Saw 5 or 6, it was just like it's only people getting tortured. Like that's
in my opinion, it's just the first one. Like the first one's okay to watch. I mean, if you really, really think about it, it doesn't make any sense. But
honestly,
I mean,
the second one wasn't very good. Now I'm thinking about it.
So it's like, but the second one was right where they dumped off like the original people who worked on that one. So immediately the second one was where like the studio was going like, we know what we're doing. We know what the audience wants. And in a way, they were kind of right. I mean, people still went to see those movies.
Yeah, that's true.
But the movies ended up being shit in the long run. And I don't know, I'm going to do an episode on that because there's a lot of debate going on what started that whole torture porn genre. And like the two movies that are in that debate are Hostel and Saw 2.
Really? There wasn't torture porn before that?
Well, I mean, there was, but like which one started the modern trend of that?
Oh, okay, that
started like where that like era of the 2000s where every movie had to have like torture in it. Not just gore, but like torture.
Yeah. Dude, Hostel Part 2, like scarred me for like a couple days.
Really?
Yeah, like I was depressed for like 2 days. That shit blew my mind.
Which is funny because do you know who makes those movies?
The Japanese.
No.
The goddamn Japanese.
You ever see Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah.
You know the Bear Jew?
Yeah.
That's him.
Really?
He's the director, yeah.
Wow.
He made that, and then he made this movie called The Green Inferno, which was this reincorporation of cannibal exploitation, which hadn't been used in a long time, which you definitely wouldn't like because it's like cannibals eating people alive in a horror movie, which is not going to be good for your stomach, especially when you see the gore from Hostel. And then he made that reboot of Death Wish last year with Bruce Willis. Which again, it's like if you turn your brain on when you watch it, it's a piece of shit. But then if you turn your brain off, it's actually really entertaining.
She's leaving. But that's interesting. I didn't know because Inglourious Bastards was an awesome movie.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Oh yeah, they should make more movies that tell different sides of the Holocaust like that. Because there were like people like after World War II, they actually were hunting Nazis. So let's get some more Nazi hunting movies.
I just thought you were gonna lead up to a joke and be like, "Look, guys, Hitler wasn't that bad."
Tell it from his perspective. I'm just a nice guy.
Yeah, just a nice guy.
I'm just trying to start a new party. Why's everybody on my back?
Get off my balls, man. The Whitest Kid You Know did a really good sketch like in the last season of their show. And it was this thing where it was like a little Hitler show, and they made it like Leave It to Beaver, and it was a little kid with a Hitler mustache.
I think I might have seen.
And he was like trying to find the pie his mom lost, and a homeless person took it, and he was like, "That's okay, Mister. I'll just take one slice for my mom, and you can have the rest of the pie." And he's like, "Wow, thank you. What's your name, son?" He goes, "Adolf Hitler." And he's like, "My God, it's the most beautiful name I've ever heard." And then it ends with like him being a hero of the town for finding a lost dog. And then some kid pulls him to the side and is like, "Hey Hitler, you want to smoke this weed?" He's like, "I don't know. I hear this weed's like bad stuff." And he's like, "Come on, Daddy-o, just do it." And he goes, "Okay, just to see what all the fuss is about." And then he takes like a puff of the weed, and then his eyes turn to swastikas, and he goes, "I hate Jews!" And it turns into an anti-weed video, like an after school special, and there's just a bunch of kids watching it in a classroom, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then the teacher puts on the next video, and then they don't show it, but you just hear the audio, and it's just like, "Hey, Osama bin Laden, do you want to come to our sweet orgy?" And he goes, "I don't know. I don't think I want sex. I just want to study on my books."
Whitest Kids You Know, man.
That's the greatest sketch show of all time.
It really, it's up there for sure.
I think that is with like Key and Peele and like Mr. Show. Chappelle Show. It's with all of those. I think a lot of them just like reign in like this like shared number one position.
Yeah. Well, Chappelle was talking a lot of shit on like Amy Schumer, not a lot of shit, and Key and Peele, because he was like, "I'm not saying they stole my ideas. I'm just saying they were really close to my ideas." So I don't know, but you left, so it's your fault.
Did he ever explain why you left?
I think it's just because like they were offering him a bunch of money, and that's stressful. I guess they were offering 50 mil, and then he said like he was because he did a lot of racial humor, and he felt like he was just making jokes for white people to laugh at black people. Like he said, he told a joke. I forgot what it was. I think it was like he had the black fairy on his shoulder, and he said the way a white guy was laughing at it made him feel uncomfortable. So, and he probably just like wanted to do his own thing and stop like trying to please Comedy Central or whatever. I'm guessing. I don't know. There's probably way more to it.
Probably.
That was an example he gave.
I was about to say, I think for somebody like Dave Chappelle, who went from being like pretty much number one like that, I think it would have to be a lot of factors. Yeah. And I could definitely see that perspective of it with comedy, because like, again, if you feel like you're doing the same kind of joke over and over again, you might be pandering to an audience. And I mean, that's what I worry about with the comedy I write. Like, I worry like some of the jokes I write that aren't as like over the top or edgy or stuff like that are jokes that aren't going to land, because I do have an audience now that would expect that from me, to say like, "Oh, what's he gonna, what 9/11 joke is he gonna crack at now?"
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to make a joke. I just wanted to make a little pun here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't gotta pander to anyone or try to reach a certain thing. You can just be free and say what you think is funny.
Yeah. Which is funny because, like, the last few times I've gone up, I've just, like, done, like, little quick improvs where I've just been like, oh, let me just say this. I think, like, whenever we were at R&R the other night and the mic wasn't working.
That was fun.
And so we just had to, like, stand on stage. It was a packed house.
Yeah.
But we had to, like, stand on stage without the microphone. And so I remember when I started it with the microphone, I was like, I want to do this. Like, I want to pretend like I'm holding the microphone so that I could at least feel comfortable. And I was like, yeah, but then it's going to look like I'm sucking a dick all night long. And then right before I said my joke, I was like, I don't want to do that again.
That was funny.
And so I'm starting to do a lot more of these, like, little quick.
That was a great night.
Improvs. But I wanna get better at improv, especially with, like, the content I watch now is a lot of, like, people, like, I mean, audio wise, like, you know, like podcasts or something. A lot of it has to do with, like, improv. Like, there's this channel I watch on YouTube, and it's by this animator comedian called Chris O'Neill. And what they do is it's like a mix of both where people can get whatever they want, but these people record their audio and all that while they're playing video games, which is kind of like one of those, like, Let's Play channels on YouTube, but it's a lot of their audio. You could listen to it. It has nothing to do with that video game.
Really?
Yeah. And that Zach Hadel guy's on there.
So it's like doing a podcast while playing a video game.
Yeah. But they show the video game footage while you're doing it.
Are they actively playing the game?
Yeah, they're playing the game while
Really?
it goes on. Yeah.
That's interesting because that's like multitasking hardcore.
Yeah. But they talk. But they have like 3 people on there at a time. I mean, they have the same dude that's because it's his show. But then he used to have like the same 2 other guys with him, but they quit recently. So he has like a bunch of other fellow animators and comedians that are on there. Like that Zach Hadel guy's on there. Those are the main episodes I watch. The ones with Zach Hadel because that dude's funny as fuck.
Honestly, that's a great idea for like a podcast episode.
Where he was just talking about. He was just. I think one of the improv things they were talking about was like. I think Chris O'Neill was just like, what would happen if Trump just walked on stage and just dropped a giant shit out of his pantaloon? And then Hillary Clinton slipped on it and died. Do you think that'd be the biggest recorded event in history? And then Zach Hadel just goes super dark and he goes, what if he just fucking came on the stage dragging Barron by his hair? Just going like, get on the stage, I'm the fucking president. You have to say what I have to do what I say. And they're like, and then they did a thing where he was like, yeah, Barron would just be like, Dad, I don't want it. Then Zach Hadel just goes, Dad! Don't talk to me. I'm the president. You can't talk to me like that. I gotta find some of the shit they say. It's fucking hilarious.
Have you ever listened to Last Podcast on the Left?
It's on my list all the time, and it's always on my recommended. I've yet to listen to it.
I think you would love that show. It's like 3 comics, and they just go over like really gruesome things, and then they like have humor.
Oh, so it's a really dark comedy.
Yeah, really dark. But they do impressions of like serial killers, and they put up like stupid voices, and it's fucking hilarious. I laugh my ass off listening to it.
Which is funny because like with that, it's called the channel I was talking about. It's called Oni Plays, and what's so funny about that show is they just start by making random noises on something, and then it just turns into something else. Like one of them was just, I think it was Chris. He was just doing this random like jingle. He was just like, hiya, maya, thingia, was my bigia. And then one of them was like, what about Pasquintio? And then he was just like, and so they like it ended up with them talking about, all right, November 28th is National Pasquinti Day. You have to post hashtag Pasquinti Day, and you have to, I think they said you have to squint while eating spaghetti.
That's cultural appropriation. The Asians, that's rude. To sleepy Italians.
Oh man, and they did this. They got famous, really, really famous at one point. Zach Hadel and Chris O'Neill because they did this cartoon series called.
The Simpsons?
No, it was this cartoon series on YouTube called Hellbenders, and it's the weirdest like fever dream. It's like it should have been on Adult Swim. Really, it's so fucking weird, but that's what's funny about it. It's very like Eric Andre humor.
Hell yeah!
It's like that, and they animated themselves and they did the voice themselves, and from that they really took off. And then now a lot of their stuff now is based off of like their personalities. Even though they animate stuff, they make games too and all that stuff. But like I think I have an audio clip right here.
I feel
from
like
Zach
you're
Hadel.
big on like really obscure YouTube celebrities.
Oh yeah,
no one's ever heard of.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely on that. I am definitely on that. Which is funny too because these guys that do this, the Zach Hadel and Chris O'Neill, they are super into that. So they just do references to like these online celebrities. Like, you ever heard of the Nostalgia Critic on YouTube?
No.
It's this weird dude that just like screams in a high pitched thing when he criticizes movies, but he doesn't research it. Like if you watch this guy's review of Hercules, he's like, "How come it looks like Las Vegas? Why are they in Las Vegas?" And it's like, dude, it's a Disney cartoon. Chill.
That's funny.
All right, here, can I play this clip off my phone?
Yeah, put it up to the mic.
Oh, okay.
You wonder why I got a doctorate degree? It wasn't to be a doctor, dude. It's to finger boys and not get in trouble. I went to doctor.com and clicked a button and I can finger boys legally. That's the fucking law. Get over it, dude.
You were a doctor and you stuck your fingers up some guy's butt. You write him prescriptions.
Let me ask-
more fingers up your butt.
I say come back to the daily dose of my finger. Let me ask you
What's going on?
something.
If a doctor, if he fingers boys as his job, do you think he still enjoys it when he goes home?
I wonder if the girls a little bit like, oh, the boys like, oh, that's a little bit cold, isn't it? Do you think if a doctor has thicker fingers, they're prohibited? They're not allowed to do that?
He got sausage fingers.
Hey, brilliant bone fingers. This guy's got a tight asshole. I shit blood. What a crazy thing to happen. I went to the hospital. I was like, hey, am I dying? And he was like, let me finger you first.
They just put the finger up the ass?
Fingered me. I went, oh, yeah. I literally made it sound like that. I was like,
What did it feel like?
I think I said holy moly. I'm not sure. I think if I recall.
You
It
said
feels
holy
like, you know, when
moly.
you wipe your ass, you'll be like, oh, that felt kind of.
Put on a rubber glove, they go, whoosh, and then they put on lube, and it feels like there's a big
Dude,
slimy
I'll
shit
tell you what
going
happened. I
through your
felt the pressure on my ass. Like, he showed me one of his hands, he showed me the other one. I said, Doc, what's in there? And he smiled.
Is that his real voice?
Yeah, it's his real voice.
Wow.
That's what makes it so funny. Is his voice is like that all the time.
He sounds like he has Down syndrome or something.
No. But he's the guy that does that Trump impression. It's so good. But he just says the randomest fucking shit. Like even when there's like dead silence on the show, he'll just end up and he'll just go like, "Hey Chris." And he goes, imagine if you married the most beautiful woman on planet Earth and you've been married for like 15 years. And then you just wake up one day and she's one of the minions. And she just says, "Tee," and she runs out the room. What do you do? And he's like, "Wait, what the fuck did you just say to me?"
What do you? There's nothing you can do. I guess try to choke her till she turns blue. I
Until
don't
it
know.
turns blue.
You can't.
Why do
really
you
get
choke them? They
choked.
don't have a neck.
It's a good question.
You shove your fist down their throat.
Just give them a hug, a big bear hug,
Yeah.
until they snap in half. Maybe they multiply if you squeeze them hard enough.
Yeah.
Then you have two minions.
It's like a Gremlins reboot, but with minions.
Yeah.
It's $1 million movie idea right there.
They already made a Minions movie. They probably already made a sequel. I don't know.
They're working on it.
Did you watch the Minions movie?
Yeah.
It's fucking weirdo.
I took my brother to see it, you fucking dick.
How was it?
It wasn't that bad.
Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
The scale of 1 to 10, it's a 5.
Let's rate every movie.
Honestly, I could. If you name a movie, I'll tell you what I think of it. I saw Child's Play earlier this month.
They changed Chucky, right?
Yeah, they changed him up entirely. There's no more voodoo.
It's fucking whack. I'm not watching that.
It was good, man. I was entertained.
Were you?
Yeah, it was a solid, that was like a solid 7.5 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
7.5.
I think what made it really good is it was in moments where it was trying to be a horror movie, it actually pulled it off and had like moments where they really went for making the doll creepy. But at the same time, the movie's very self-aware. So like all the characters know how creepy this doll's looking, and everybody's like, "Why the fuck why the fuck did they create a doll like this?"
Oh yeah.
Like everybody questions in the movie, and it makes it more fun.
I really liked those movies as a child.
Really, when you
Yeah.
would play.
Like if I stayed homesick from school, I would just watch Child's Play.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it
For
was
me,
funny.
the only one I felt like had an impact was the first one.
I don't even, which one was the one where he was at like an ROTC camp?
I think it was the third one.
Oh, okay, that one was fun.
Oh my god, those movies are insane. Like I said, I think one of the downsides of making him a robot like that and taking away that he's possessed by a voodoo, like a serial killer through voodoo, is that he doesn't really have as much of a personality that Chucky used to have in the movies.
Yeah, his personality was fun.
So he doesn't like do that a lot, and his character starts off very innocent. And honestly, at a certain point when he starts really going like crazy, he comes off as a little bit redeemable, which is a little bit weird for Chucky.
He comes off redeemable.
Well, yeah, because
He
like
doesn't know better. He's just a robot.
honestly, in some scenes, yeah, because like at one point, because the point is that this robot has like all of its like safety features turned off, so it has like no kill switch or whatever, or it has no like algorithm to go like, oh hey, don't think about killing people.
It definitely has a kill switch.
Yeah, And then
It's
there's like a scene where he's hanging out with the kids of the movie, and they're all like they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is like so bad it's good movie. So they're sitting there and they're like laughing at the movie because of how horrible it is, but Chucky's watching like a dude with a chainsaw ripping people apart and people getting stabbed and they're laughing. And his obsession as a doll, like his prime directive as the robot, is to like entertain the kids and all that. So
awesome.
he ends up like going to the kitchen and coming back with the knife. And then he's like,
y'all like this shit?
pretty much, he came in with the knife because he was trying to copy the things from the movie too, because he thought they were playing around.
Yeah.
And so he's walking in with the knife towards one of the friends, and he goes, "Get ready, bitch! Get ready, bitch! Get ready, bitch!" And
And then he stabs her?
no, he tries to stab her. Then they tackle him and get the knife off of him, which is funny too because
Yeah, that's why I always wondered about Child's Play. Like, why don't they just punt this dude across the fucking living room?
well, the argue you could make in the originals was the voodoo would just give him strength or something like that, like a super ability. But then you can't argue it so much now because now it's just a doll.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also a robot doll, so I imagine there's some weight to it. But there's probably still no strength. There's weight, but no
Yeah,
strength.
there's no way.
I would also wonder too, like how he had the strength to like stab people.
Yeah. Or jump. He jumps like.
Oh yeah, dude.
like-
One of like the last things he does in the movies, he does like a giant dive, and I'm like, where do you have the joints?
He's got a LeBron James vertical, man.
Yeah, that's what's funny too. I'm like, for a robot that like shuffles when he walks, like how did you have the knee joints to make you jump?
The Japanese, bro.
But like I said, they don't take it seriously, so you're able to overlook those kinds of things because you know that they know that this is a ridiculous plot.
Is he still able to fucking impregnate another doll so he can have a British child?
No,
Oh, too bad.
but he's able to hack into other like Chucky dolls and just like have like an army of Chuckies. One thing I was laughing at too was that again it was trying to be funny, so it was good. They were doing this bit where like they were making new models of the Chucky doll. And some of the models were like teddy bears, like Build-A-Bears, but they look like the creepiest shit ever, along with all the other dolls. And then when he starts hacking these dolls, one of them's the teddy bear, and he gets like the teddy bears to attack a guy, and the guy's like legitimately panicking and like holding a doll against his neck, going like, "Get it off me! Get it off me!"
That's hilarious.
And all the doll's doing is hugging his neck. I'm like, well, it's not biting you. It doesn't have teeth. It didn't put teeth in this robot doll.
Hell yeah.
But like I said, I really appreciate movies like that are very self-aware and they understand how ridiculous the movie they're making is, and they have a lot of fun with it.
Do you think, like, if robots came to life, like the Chucky, that people would be marching for robot rights? For robot equality?
For robot equality. That's why nobody steps in the way when Chucky stabs people in public. They're like, he's just expressing his opinion.
These robots are taking the jobs we don't want. Let them vote.
What's your fucking problem? Are you robophobic?
Robophobic.
Nah, I don't think that would happen. I honestly think I think all bets would be off, and just a mass panic would just start destroying everything. Like people would be like, destroy your washing machine, and like that's not the robot. No, you're wasting your time.
It's like a Stephen King movie.
Yeah, I'd be a lot like Maximum Overdrive. You ever see that one where the cars come to life?
I don't know. Maybe is that from Stephen King?
Yeah, that was one where I think that was one where he just wrote a screenplay.
Is that where like everything comes to life? Because I remember a movie where like a vending machine was shooting cans at people, and it like killed this bitch with cans.
I think it might have been the same one because like the plot of this one had like I forgot who was in it.
But it's
Maybe
from,
Emilio Estevez. I think Emilio
It's
Estevez
from like
was
the
in it.
80s or 90s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've seen it.
And that was the one where there's like all these trucks swarming around like a diner and just going in
Yeah.
circles, and nobody can step outside because the trucks are just going to go vroom and run somebody over. And then all of a
I've
sudden
seen
the
that.
trucks just give up and do that. Which is funny because you realize it's the same exact plot of The Happening.
Toy Story. Oh,
I was going to say The Happening. You remember that in The Happening where just all of a sudden the plants just stop?
the what?
Like, did you ever see The Happening? Where like
See,
the plants are giving off chemicals that make people kill themselves?
That's okay. Yeah. And they're like running into shit and stabbing
Yeah,
themselves.
they're
in the neck.
ratting themselves. And then it just ends because they're just like, the plants just give up one day.
See, that seems like the plot to a lot of movies, though.
Really?
The what's it called? There's like a movie where these people are like in like Brazil or something, and they're in like where like pyramids are, and the plants are like trying to murder them. I don't know what it's called. There's a lot of movies. Hello.
Hi. How goes it?
Pretty good. I put all the dogs are outside. if you want to grab them. They also pooped in here, but on that rug in the kitchen.
Yeah, the dogs did that. Mhm.
Yeah, not me.
Not me.
Certainly not the robots.
Certainly not.
Right.
That'd be a great plot for the next Chucky movie. I'm telling you, Chucky pooped in there. I'm sick and tired of you blaming this on your doll.
Anyway, that's the intro. I'm here with Gabe Kaspar. 48 minutes. I introduced you.
Wait, really? Is this 48 minutes in and you're introducing me? That's great.
Yeah.
Yes,
Went fast.
I am the wonderful, illustrious Gabe Kaspar.
Illustrious.
I don't know what that word means, but it sounds fantastical.
Great. Yeah, that sounds fantastical. How's your class going? Don't you have class from like 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yeah, I just finished them.
Oh, you done?
Yeah, I'm done. It was an
Nice.
engineering graphics class.
Did you design a lot of graphics?
Actually, not like graphics you're thinking of. No, we just made like 3D wheels or something like that. It was just boring shit. It's like learning how to do like PowerPoint, where you learn how to do a computer system.
Mm-hmm.
But what's funny is my professor sucked because he was like, all right, here's how you use the basic tool for this. Here's how the basic tool for that. This is what this does. And then now we're going to do that.
Ooh.
And then when he'd be like, hey, can you go back to like step like -1 or something like that? Because,
Did you pass? Get an A?
oh yeah, I passed.
Hell yeah. So you're going to start going to Mike's now? Because I feel like I only see you once a month.
Oh, don't you miss me?
I do. I cried last night. Cried myself to sleep. Are you on the Cactus Show we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I thought I put your name on there.
Yeah, I'm on the Cactus Show.
We
I'm
got-
going to be trying to do it more often.
We got a traveling comic coming through on that one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be trying to more often. I mean, I'm taking another summer class right now, but this one's an online class.
Whack.
Yeah.
I got a new job. I got 3 jobs right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your new job?
I'm a bartender.
Are you serious?
A drunken oyster, yeah.
No way.
Well, I'm a bar back right now, but I'm training.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I know how to make an old fashioned now.
Well, that's cool.
Which is fun. When you
So,
get old enough, you can come get drinks.
Okay, shut up. Eat a dick,
you
bro.
and Clemente come through. When's she coming back?
She is coming back tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she'd be gone all summer.
No, she was just gone for 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I could stop using your hand.
No, man, I'm happy, man. I missed her.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
And then as soon as she gets back, like the day after she gets back, she's going with me and my family up to Red River.
What if she comes back and she's a robot?
She comes back. Are we just doing this improv thing I told you about? Like, what happens if your girlfriend comes back into town? But she comes back and she's a minion robot, and she says squee hee, and she runs back on the plane and takes off.
What if she comes back and, like, you notice her eyes, like, one of her eyes turns red, like her pupil,
Yeah.
and then she, like, has, like, insane strength, and, like, oh, I gotta murder. Do you murder her? Like, if you have to, you know? Would
She
you be
pretty
able
much
to?
just saying what happens if my girlfriend becomes a Terminator.
Yeah, she has an accent.
She's a
Get in the car, Gabe.
Get back in the plane if you want to live. That's actually one of the few impressions that like I know for a fact I will never be able to do as an Arnold impression.
That's good though.
Which is great because that new guy, that wrestler, Brad,
Yeah.
Brad, that dude does a killer impression.
Yeah, I was about to say no insult to Brad, but like Arnold's super hacky already. You know, like everyone's done Arnold. Everyone can
Well,
do Arnold.
everybody does Trump.
Yeah,
I mean that could
Trump's
easily do
become that
Trump.
too. So it's kind of like how George Bush was. Like if you're still doing George Bush impressions, nobody cares.
Yeah,
You know?
that's why I want to do more impressions of like fictional stuff. Like that's why I really worked hard on my impression of Hank Hill. So I could do like, oh
Yeah.
dang it, Bobby.
That's funny.
And I could do like, okay, Dad.
You don't want to do impressions you've heard like at least 15 other people do.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
that's for me when I wanted to do like Family Guy impressions. Like everybody's instinct was to do like Peter Griffin and or like Stewie Griffin. And then for me, one of the things I wanted to start with was doing Mort Goldman, the orange hair guy that owns the pharmacy in the show.
He's got a fun voice.
Do you know how to do that impression?
I'm
Can you
trying to
do the
think about it.
God, these lights, they're burning my retinas.
That's a great impression. No, I can't do that.
Like yeah,
I'm
whenever I
trying to
want to
think
do like fictional characters, I work on much more of the like offhanded ones because then it makes it much more unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's never going to be able to be worked into my stand-up. I've tried it before, and you've watched me bomb with it like 50 times.
Yeah, I think you gotta find a way to do it to where it's like there's a joke within it because the people aren't just gonna laugh like, oh, he sounds like that. I mean, they might. I don't know. It's
I
hard.
remember a long time back I did a joke where I was going to be like, here's my impression of OJ.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just going to scream, come here, bitch, in the microphone. And then I was like, I think that might be too dark.
I'd laugh.
You would laugh. You laugh at half the shit I say, even when I'm bombing, because it's like one of those things where it's like I never know how dark a new audience is willing to go.
Your 9/11 joke was funny.
Which 9/11 joke? Was it the one where I was
like
messing with stoners?
With the time machine, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a joke where I was like,
You had a really funny joke last time with 806 and nobody laughed, and I was like, fuck this audience. But I forgot what it was. But yeah, they're sensitive sometimes. Like
Yeah.
even I've like Fredo's the funniest guy in Amarillo, and he's had like a couple bad sets at the 806. And
Yeah.
It's just because like they're like, oh, he's black. Are we allowed to laugh at black jokes if it's and it's just like.
or I think for me, it's like a lot of times like I can't believe he said something like that. But then there's the people who don't give a fuck, like you,
Yeah.
and mostly the other comics that laugh in the back.
Yeah, well,
Like the raccoon joke. The raccoon joke's infamous there now.
People don't understand like the point of comedy is
Yeah.
to like take it. You have to figure out where the line is, so you know not to cross it,
I'm excited about that joke.
or so you know how to toe it.
I'm excited about that joke that you helped me write, like right when Pride Month was ending, and it was that one about how like my mom always wanted me to be gay, but I was straight,
Yeah.
and I was like, I just wanted to eat bananas like the rest of the kids.
You know how hard it is not to draw fruit shaped like dick. Oh no, you know how hard it is to avoid food shaped.
Yeah, food shaped things, popsicles, hot dogs. God, Superbad's one of my favorite comedies ever.
It's a classic. Someone was saying they should do like a spin-off of just the police, like give them their own movie. which
There's
would
that
be
new
fucking
movie
hilarious.
that's coming out that seems like a lot like a copy and paste Superbad, but it's with way younger kids.
with children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Seth Rogen's like a director or something.
Oh, okay.
'Cause, yeah,
That was pretty cool. That's one of my pet peeves though, when they market movies like that and they slap like a big person's name on it, and then you think like, oh, this is like their project or something, and then you realize, okay, they were a producer that's been on set for a few days. They were maybe a consultant or something.
What does
Like-
a producer like actually mean? Because when I think producer, I think, oh, they helped produce it. That means they funded it. I don't
Sometimes
know
it's
what
they
producer means.
funded it. Sometimes they've provided like an intellectual part, like they help like give advice on like the writing process or something. And then if you're an executive producer, you're somebody from the studio that's working with them, and it really just means that you're having a bigger all around level of involvement. But the involvement you have that makes your producers different in a bunch of different fields. But like that's one thing I got irritated with recently because you know that new movie Crawl that's coming out with a giant alligator.
No, I haven't seen that.
There's this new movie with a giant alligator that's like hunting people while they're trying to like stay afloat in like a house that's being sunk in a tsunami or something. Not a tsunami, what do they call hurricane?
See, like I've never been a fan of like big animal monster movies,
For me it depends.
like with Jaws and all that.
Jaws I like. I mean, animal movies I'm iffy on. This one looks good because they're treating it a lot. Even though it's an animal movie, they're treating it like a monster movie.
Like Lake Placid.
Yeah. Or usually for me, I'd prefer much more of a monster movie, something much more, they really go over the top and try something, really creative than just an animal. But like with this alligator movie, it looks really cool, and I think it's a really cool mix of having to go like, oh, you're in a sinking house in a hurricane. At the same time, there's like an alligator floating around in there. So I really like the idea. It's a really good tension builder just from the jump. But what irritated me with it was like in the trailers, they were like, from Sam Raimi comes, Crawl. And I was like, is Sam Raimi making a new movie? I'm in.
And he's not.
And he's not. He was just a producer. He's not even a director. And I was like, are you kidding me? was like-
Interesting.
I think just my irritation alone is going to make me not see it.
They do that with a lot of movies from the director of.
Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da,
That irritates me.
ba-da-da-da-da. Alligators are pussy though.
I
bro.
wanted to see Yesterday. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Alligators are whack. I've seen a TV show where this guy catches gators and he just gets them on land and then he runs circles around them until they get tired. And they get tired in like 2 minutes and like fuck it and they just lay there. And
Is
then
that
he
just like a 30-minute program?
Yeah, it's like a reality show that they had on like Animal Planet or something where this guy
Are you fucking for real?
He's like, I'm gonna go catch some gators.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just being like, making a joke.
No,
like,
he like literally runs a circle in there.
I watched this. I watched this
pilot.
pilot. I watched this pilot of Animal Planet where this guy wanted to lose weight, so he'd run circles around alligators. Then he'd fuck it.
The thing, he doesn't even have to run that long. They give up. Like once they're on land, I guess their energy's gone. So
Yeah.
they're just like They just lay there and like, oh, fine, get
Well,
me.
probably because it's harder to keep their momentum because their full weight is there, and they have to actually use their little legs to get across. Versus
that's
water,
true.
where their tail can like push them forward and their legs can push them forward.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if I'm ever like being chased by an alligator, I'm gonna be fine as long as I'm not in water. You know.
Yeah.
It's like being chased by a turtle.
Yeah.
Just don't lay down.
Just don't lay down. Don't stop moving.
Don't take a nap. I forgot that dude's name. Joe Zimmerman. Have you ever watched his stand-up?
Isn't that the guy that shot the kid?
Oh, wait. Hold on. His last name is Zimmerman.
I know. I'm just making fun of you, dude.
It might. Do I have his first name wrong?
I don't know. I think maybe George Zimmerman's the guy that shot the kid.
George. I was like, fuck it, maybe it is. But no, he has a really funny bit about how to get away from animals, and it's like sea turtles. You just want to continue walking away.
Man, that's always something that's like scary but also exciting about the whole writing process is like when you want to try something new or try a really new premise or something that's really you really have to put a lot of thought into. It's always just it makes it scary when you go on stage. It does not pan out well.
Yeah.
Like I was doing that bit I told you about where I had written like a bunch of different like ASMR like channels that should exist after seeing like bullshit like hairstylist ASMR shit. So I was
That's
like, well, maybe we should have Alex Jones one or like the chemicals in the water. Or then I had one where I was like, let's do movie scenes, and I was like, let's just do 0 Dark 30 where you have little driplets of water and going, tell us where Osama is. Tell us where Osama is.
That sounds good.
And so I was like, I was laughing my ass off writing that, and then in the long run I was like, no, that's me, that's not it. I remember one time I tested, even at that time traveler joke I told you, where I was messing with stoners, a friend of mine helped me.
Expand on that.
I had an expansion on that. I had another half of that joke, and I had written it in this other part that a friend of mine helped me write. And then we were like crying from laughing because we thought it was so hilarious. But then like I think like hours before I went on stage, I tested it with somebody else, and they were like, "Are you really gonna say something like that on stage?" And I was like, "Oh God, really?" And then I thought about it, and I was like, "I think this is really dark and fucked up." I'm not gonna say it here. I'll tell you after when we're done recording.
What pussy ass bitch were you telling it to?
What pussy ass bitch was I telling it to?
It was my mom, dude. Shut up.
My mom, dude, shut up. It's like, Mom, committed here by 9/11 joke.
That was their reaction. You're really gonna say that on stage?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's the point. I don't get that. That's crazy.
Well, just like, I mean, it's just scary sometimes because, you know, you really don't know what kind of reaction you're going to get. I'm surprised I survived through any time I've told that raccoon joke.
Just don't be. I mean, that's the point of comedy is to try things out.
Oh, yeah. And I
So
definitely
it's
want to try it out more.
And don't be afraid of the fucking 18-year-olds at 8:06. They're not gonna do
But I think
shit.
that's what's funny is like a lot of my really, really, really dark stuff like that raccoon joke has worked out well when we've been to like that biker bar.
Yeah, exactly.
And where we've been to places with like a much more like older audience.
Because they've been through shit. They've experienced life.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to laugh at things that are funny. Like,
well, plus I think for them, they've also, like you said, they've experienced enough to know that when somebody's joking around.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're part of a group. I've seen people like peers on Facebook being like, "Oh, if you're punching down, then you're just not funny. If you're picking on this certain group, a minority group who struggles, then that you're not actually being a comedian. You're just being a dick." And it's just like, you don't understand comedy at all. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't get what you're talking about. And then at the same time, but what's funny is like there's the hypocrisy in that, because it's like, well, you can't just beat down, you can't just talk down on somebody like that because you think that you're better than them when it's just comedy.
Yeah.
And then they're the same people that are like, you fucking ignorant moron. And it's like, aren't you doing the same shit, but you're actually serious about it?
I don't believe in the concept of punching down. I don't
believe in the concept of punching. I don't think I've ever seen I think all the footage of punching is fake.
If you think everyone's equal and then you say someone's punching down, then you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
So like I think everyone's equal. I think everyone should be criticized equally.
Yeah.
Or made fun of equally. So
and I think a lot of comedy should
have.
I think a lot of comedy should have that egalitarian perspective on it.
Exactly.
Where it's just, I feel like it's, I mean, I do understand there's limits. Like you definitely don't want to say something that's pretty much not a joke.
Yeah.
Or like times we've talked before where it's like just saying something like edgy isn't a joke. You have to it has to be like a setup and a punchline. If you're just saying something that's edgy just to be edgy, then it's not really funny.
Exactly.
But at the same time, there is definitely lines that can be crossed. Like if you just say something really, really like off the walls, like just straight up mean, pretty much. But at the same time, it's like there needs to be like much looser rein on comedy. You need to let it flourish more.
I think there is a loose rein. They're trying to censor it, but they can't.
Yeah.
They're gonna fail.
Which is funny too, because like the newer comics that I'm seeing like on Comedy Central, you can see over time which ones are evolving based on that. Mm-hmm. Where they think like, okay, I'm not going to joke about that at all. I'm not going to joke about this.
Yeah.
Or instead they choose to make fun of the topic itself. They just divert it to just self-roasting, which honestly is a good method. It's a good way to win an audience is, what do they call it? Self-deprecation. Mm-hmm. But that's only going to carry you on for so long.
Yeah, self-deprecation gets
old quick.
Exactly.
Like I said, that's just one of my things with like comedy is I always want to write jokes that don't necessarily poke, like, you know, like it's not really like a bullying kind of joke.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, just like, yeah, these people suck, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's more of making fun of the topic itself.
Yeah.
And then when I do self-deprecation, it's more of making fun of myself for not, you know, for being an idiot in those situations.
If you craft it well enough, you can make fun of anyone. Like
oh, yeah.
Like Andrew Scholes, he's probably one of my favorite comics right now. And he
he's
had that
the
joke.
best.
He had that joke about trannies, and like I feel like most comics right now would be like, "Oh, 2019, I can't even say the word tranny on stage."
Oh yeah.
But he crafted it so well and so
Tom
perfectly.
Segura did that. Still has that whole joke
yeah.
about it, how he met a midget.
Tom Segura is legendary at that.
Yeah.
Tom Segura's not afraid to say shit. So those are the guys.
Joe Rogan ain't afraid to say shit because he
They're
knows
pushing the
nobody
line.
wants to tango with Joe Rogan.
That's true. That's true.
You want to get up here and fight me?
Joe Rogan's
I have
probably.
years of Sasquatch research to prove you wrong.
He's not even in my top 10 comedians, but
He's not.
I love him as a podcaster.
As I'd say, his podcast is on my top 10 of those.
Yeah, definitely. But like Joey Diaz, I don't find his stand up funny, but he's not afraid to say whatever the fuck
I
he
like
wants.
him as a personality.
Yeah, I love his personality, but like I'll watch his stand up clips and I won't laugh at all. But I'm just like I still fuck with you.
That happens a lot with some comedians for me, where I'll watch their stand up and I just won't laugh. But I love watching them like in interviews. I love watching them being personalities.
Hell yeah.
Like Eric Andre's stand up isn't that great in my opinion.
The only time I've seen him do stand up was where he was like, I just did the worst set of all time, and then he runs outside and like kicks a baby.
But like I like him as a personality, and I like how when people are trying to give him interviews for shit and he just won't take it serious.
Mm.
I definitely like comedians that are like that on a cut through people's passive aggressive bullshit.
Yeah, like that. I forgot that guy's name. Tom Green.
Yeah.
I feel like
Tom Green was a lot like that.
he was one of the first to do it that way, that I saw anyway.
Yeah.
That's Andy Kaufman. Have you seen his shit?
Yeah.
That guy was crazy.
One of my favorite like comedy bits of all time was my voice just cracked.
No.
There's some teenager ASMR for you. Don't let me go to my room, Mom.
Sounds oddly sexual.
It does.
Well, I
yeah.
guess all ASMR does.
I was about to say, and certainly it probably is. Like one of my favorite comedy bits Andy Kaufman ever did was this Mighty Mouse routine. You ever see that?
I don't think so.
It's this bit he did on SNL where he's just standing very quietly on the stage and there's just this awkward silence and nobody knows what he's doing. And he goes over to this record player and he puts the record on and it's playing the Mighty Mouse theme song. And he's just standing there very quietly with his arms like this, just looking at everybody. And then all of a sudden when the part of the Mighty Mouse song where the song goes, "Here I come to save the day," he like gets very like loud and he moves his hand and sings along with it. And then as soon as that part's done, he just goes back to this. You gotta look it up. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. I thought it's just cool that he was doing that in an era where no one was. You know, like he's like just on stage and experimenting and just fucking with people.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I've heard a lot about Lenny Bruce, but I've never watched him.
Yeah, me neither.
But I heard he was doing he was doing that in like the 60s.
Yeah.
And like he was getting banned from places.
And I think that's why I like Eric Andre's show so much, because it's like it's coming from an era where those late night hosts are very censored. They very box themselves in, and they're like, I'm not going to ask this kind of question to my guest. I'm just going to stay away from this and this and that. And then Eric's like, asking ridiculous off the wall questions that not only would you not ask as a celebrity guest, but you wouldn't ask anybody. Like that one I always joke around with you with, where he's like, John Wayne once said, "I will believe in white supremacy until blacks educate themselves to a point of responsibility." Why did you retweet that, ma'am? And she's like, I did not retweet that. And he's like, well, no, this is what it says right here, and his note card's got a swastika written on it.
No, that is hilarious.
So it's like this off the wall shit is really good because again, it's sort of like a counterculture kind of comedy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Where it's more of making fun of people's uncomfortableness with things. Or one of my favorite on the street bits he did was this thing where he was doing free smoothies in Times Square, and everybody was coming up and he's like, "Hey, free smoothies! Who wants a free smoothie?" And he's like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "All right, banana mango." And he goes, "All right, banana mango, here it comes." And he just takes his hand and shoves it in the blender, and like blood explodes everywhere. And he's going, "Ah!" And they're all looking at him, and he goes, "Why did you ask for this?"
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's funny as hell, though. But yeah, that's something that I think most people are turned off to that type of comedy, and so they like look into it more.
Yeah, and I think at the same time, it's really good too for like, I guess, awakening people to like the true nature of some celebrities too, because a lot of celebrities when they come on, like talk shows like that, they just want to be playful and they want to be, in it and all, even though they really just don't give a fuck. And like one of the best ones,
it's all about their ego.
Yeah, and one of the best ones you'll see for Eric Andre show is when he talks to Seth Rogen. Because like first when Seth Rogen comes up there, he's doing like the Sesame Street. I can't do Seth Rogen.
That was Cookie Monster.
That was Cookie Monster.
Were you about to say Sesame Street?
I was on Sesame Street. Anyway, so it was him on there, and he was just starting to do like, "How's everybody doing?" And then Eric just starts going hardcore into him, and he's just like, I think one of the questions he asked him was like, "Do you think Woody Allen should be Chinese castrated so he'll stop jerking off his ex-kids?"
Oh, shit.
And then at that point, he goes so awkward with it, and then he just becomes like so anti the situation. It's just like I've never seen Seth Rogen behave like that, where he's just like, fuck this, man. I don't really need fuck this show. I don't need this shit. And it's kind of like a true nature kind of wake up thing. I mean, not like it'd be, it's not like it's unjustified to be annoyed in that situation. It's totally justified, but it's like
pulls them out of character.
Yeah, it's just like when you see them kind of come out of character like that, you kind of see the true nature for a lot of people.
Nice.
And like one of the things Eric Andre did with them was like, "Hey, do you And he goes, "You're married, right?" And Seth's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "So do you?" And he goes, "Do you have sex? You have sex with that poor woman?" And then Seth just goes, "I don't know if I'd call her a poor woman. That's not what I'm saying." And then Eric just goes, "Well, I'm not talking monetarily. I'm just talking like what you put her through." And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "So you touch her vagina?" And he goes, "Yeah." She goes, "And she touches your pee-pee?" He goes, "Well, yeah, she touches my pee-pee. I mean, not my literal piss. I don't piss on my wife." That's what I'm saying here. And then they edit in, like, audience applauding, and he's just like, so it's like, "Can I just promote something and just get out of here? I'm just done."
How does he keep people from knowing it's a joke? Like, I feel like at some point he's got to be too big and everyone's got to be in on it, right?
They have to, and he said it's hard work every season as he gets more and more big for him to, like, get people that are famous to come on, not knowing. Yeah. But he said a lot of the times he does get people who know about the show and they still either have fun with it or they still get freaked out by it. Like Jack Black Jack Black was a huge fan of the show, and he got Jack Black on there. Jack Black still got freaked out. Like they got a bird to poop on him. They got him hooked up to a lie detector test, and they were just like, "What did you eat for breakfast?" And he's like, "I don't remember." And then they just shock him until eventually they just keep shocking him no matter what he's saying, and he's like, "I didn't even say anything." And they just keep shocking him.
That's hilarious.
But there's a lot of people that have fun with that show, and I think even for people that don't, where they really want to fuck with somebody, they have to get somebody who's like not that famous, or somebody who's famous and just doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that because a lot of times when they hear like, "Oh, this is what happens to your show," like this, you're going on the show, and they have to research what the interviews are like.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was gonna say. Like, if your agent books it, he's definitely gonna be like, "Hey."
Eric has said in interviews that he's gotten a lot of agents fired.
Really?
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of agents fired.
It's awesome.
He said the most infamous one he had fired was Lauren Conrad, her agent.
I don't even know if wasn't she on like a reality show on MTV or
Yeah, I
something?
think it was like The Hills.
Yeah.
But did you see what he did on her show?
No, did he poop on her?
No, close. What he did was he got Hannibal to distract her for a second and be like, oh, I think Hannibal said, I want to give a quick shout out to Christina Applegate. And they just started applauding for Christina Applegate. And then when she looked back at Eric, he put a bunch of like oatmeal in his mouth to look like vomit. And so he just goes, blood, vomits all over his desk. And then he just acts like nothing's going on, and he just leans over and is like, Lauren, so what have you been up to lately? And starts slurping it up off the desk. And she just goes, nope, and she gets up and walks away. Which is something that's pretty common. He said that happens a lot of the time when he's interviewing people on that show. He says, like, well, a lot of people storm off pretty early on. And then he said, but we were convincing him, like, oh, the show's just going to get, that's just how zany our show is, like that. And he goes, we always give him the low-level shit at first. And he said, that's just how zany our show is, and it's fine. Just come back and sit down. And he said, eventually when they get him to sit back down, that's when they start doing, like, going hardcore into it, or they start having the naked PA come out so he can beat the shit out of them.
How does he recover, like, when the situation gets extremely awkward? I need to watch that show.
There was one dude that tried to kick his ass.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does he not get his ass beat all the time?
There was this one dude, I think he was from The Sopranos, that was on there, and the guy had his own pasta sauce that he was selling now, and he was on some sort of IFC show. And Eric just goes, hey, can we do an ad for your pasta sauce on our show real quick? And he goes, yeah, sure. And then Eric just goes, get that naked PA out here right now. And they get out holding the pasta sauce. And he takes the pasta sauce and he goes, Uncle Steve's pasta sauce. Pasta so good you can taste it with your balls. And he dips his whole junk in this jar. And then Eric just goes, I said your balls, not your penis. Get it right. And like kicks his ass and like throws him out. And then the guest is like, I don't really like what you did with my pasta sauce there, man. And then the last bit Eric does is he comes out with a microphone and holds it up to his penis. And he holds it to this guest's penis and he goes, hey, Steve's penis, have you been dormant for years? And then Steve just gets up and pushes him back, and he's like, I'm going to beat the first guest to fuck you up. And the whole time Eric's like trying not to laugh, and he's like, wait. And then he I think Eric ends up backing into one of the guest chairs, and then this dude just flips the chair with Eric in it.
Damn, that's awesome.
But yeah, there's plenty of people that are like, I had to kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, they have to, without what the outrageous shit he does.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy he's alive.
Yeah. It's crazy he's alive at some of the stuff he does in public. Like, people who listen to this have already heard me on here talking about when he was at the Republican National Convention and he fucked with Alex Jones. Like,
that was a good time.
That, I don't know how you do that. Like, that's what makes him such a brave comic, to be able to just go, I'm going to say this ridiculous shit in front of people that are already angry for the tiniest of reasons.
Mm-hmm. And like, I'm just here for the karaoke open mic.
Yeah. He's like, I'm here for Zootopia tickets.
Oh, classic. Are you anti-abortion? Because I'm Uncle Abortion. Oh, that's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's insane with comics like that really go not just all out for the sake of going all out, but they go all out knowing that it's going to get a reaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot of work.
I think it's a lot of bravery, too, in a sense. Like, you have to be willing, because, like, there's a guarantee with all the shit Eric Andre's done, he's had to have taken at least, like, 1 or 2 ass beatings in his whole career.
Probably more than that.
Yeah. So I feel like you have to be somebody who's ready to get your ass beat.
Yeah, he's crazy. Does this show still go?
It hasn't been back since season 4.
Oh. I need to watch it. I need to go find clips of it.
It's on Hulu if you haven't. They have the whole series.
I'm about to pay for it because I heard Always Sunny, the new season's on Hulu now.
Yeah, it's been on Hulu for like the last 3 months.
No.
Yeah.
Because I checked 2 months ago, it wasn't on there.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You won.
Thank you.
You've won the debate.
I win, everybody.
We should I was say we were having fun with just throwing in random like improv scenarios. I want to just give you fever dream scenarios. Say you're running for president and you show up to the debate, but then you show up and nobody's there and the only person in the audience is Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
I'm gonna have a good time. Oh yeah, I'm down. I want to talk to both of them.
Yeah, but you don't get to debate them. You have to debate. You have to debate a talking fish, the one from American Dad, and
I think he's gay.
And one of the characters from Sausage Party.
I haven't watched that movie.
The talking hot dog.
Rate Sausage Party. Scale 1 to 10.
That's a 5.
Mm.
Because I liked the premise and the animation was really good, but the comedy wasn't as very lasting. Like most of the time when I would laugh at the comedy, I'd be like, "Huh, that's funny."
Makes sense.
I didn't have any really big like laughs. What's the best comedy you've seen in like a long time?
Best comedy movie?
Yeah, like in this decade, in the 2010s. What was like the best comedy you've seen so far in the 2010s?
Oh, the 2010s. The last one I really liked a lot was Deadpool 2. What else? What else is there? Due Date was really funny. But that was pretty much a remake
Of what?
of
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
I think so is what they were saying. It's a reboot of that in a sense. Or it was paying homage to it.
I would say it was probably paying homage to it because I don't think it has the same premise.
But yeah, I think
But Due Date is so good.
yeah, Zach Galifianakis, his sense of humor is awesome. I love that guy. And I like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He's sarcastically hilarious.
He's going to be playing Dr. Dolittle.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be cool. That sounds really awesome. What's another? I'm trying to think of more comedies.
I really liked This Is 40
This is 40.
with Paul Rudd. And
I don't know if I saw that one.
it's really funny.
Role
It's
Models is a good one.
Roles. Oh my god.
I'm obviously The Hangover was probably one of the best movies I've ever seen.
I actually watched that a few nights ago.
Oh yeah. I didn't get into the sequels very
Sequels
much.
sucked.
But the original idea was great.
What about that? How would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate The Hangover?
Probably like a 7 or 8.
7 or 8?
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
Yeah. It's a
What?
great fucking
How about
movie.
this? Let me ask you this. What would be like a 9 to a 10 for you?
9 to a 10. Rush Hour 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Rush Hour. All 3 movies I think nailed it.
Yeah, they were all good. 2
2 was probably the best one.
2 had the most humor. And 3 was kind of like, eh.
3, I think 3 was one of those things where they waited too long to make the sequel,
Yeah, they
but
waited way too long.
I still think they pulled it off. Like I'm almost certain that Zombieland 2 is not going to work out.
Oh, Zombieland was an awesome movie. That's a great one too.
That's another good comedy from like the last 10 years. That was 2009.
I like the fact that they had Bill Murray for like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Do you hear about the early screenings for Zombieland 2?
No.
They were saying it's pretty much like it's going the same route like Dumb and Dumber 2 went or like Super Troopers 2 went, where they're just relying on all the jokes from the first movie.
I was gonna say Super Troopers, but that didn't come out in the last 10 years.
And then
It came out in like 03 or something.
but then they apparently instead of Bill Murray, they're doing Dan Aykroyd. They have Dan Aykroyd in this one.
They're really just doing the same plot.
That's what I thought. I was like, really? You got to do that? Are you just going to go down the list of Ghostbusters?
Yeah, there's
You're
really.
going to have Harold Ramis as a zombie? Really go for it?
That's the thing with sequels is they always try to outdo them.
Yeah,
Like,
but
we got to be extra excessive.
well, I think for that too is like a lot of times when they do a sequel after the movie's been done like a long time ago, their instinct is to just be like, well, let's just remind everybody what the first movie is, and then let's just hope that's enough of a movie. Let's let that write. Let's let the first movie write for us, and that's why like I still think like later on at the end of this year, I'm gonna do a podcast episode for like the best movies of the decade.
Step Brothers is a 9 or 10. Is that
Yeah.
is that in the last decade?
I think it's like 2008.
Oh, well, never mind.
But like I still in my opinion, one of the best movies of the decade, if not the best movie of this decade, was Blade Runner 2049.
I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen the original.
You got to watch the original. You have to make sure you watch the right cut of the original. There's like 3 different cuts. There's the theatrical, there's the director's, and then there's the final cut.
There's the emo cut.
Yes.
Yes.
There's the haircut.
The haircut.
But no, the final cut's the best version to watch of the original. But this sequel was so good because it recognized the original, but at the same time it like built a whole new foundation on it. It created this whole new world of like the future for itself.
Is that movie Keanu Reeves is going to be in?
No, that's not a movie. That's a video game. That's Cyberpunk.
That's why it was animated like that. I
Yeah,
thought it
he's
was
going to be
movie.
in a video game. That's Cyberpunk 2077. Which I can definitely understand the confusion between Cyberpunk 2077 and Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah. What do you think about everyone jumping on Keanu Reeves' nutsack in the last few months?
I mean, I think everybody's thought that about Keanu Reeves. I just think it's just come back into discussion because of John Wick being out and then him being in Cyberpunk and then when Keanu Reeves gets in the spot like that, everybody just starts remembering how cool he is.
What do you think about Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventure?
Well, that's a great movie.
Scale 1 to 10.
Scale 1 to 10. Oh, I'd probably give it a 7.
Not bad, not bad. They're talking about redoing it. I don't know if they're actually talking about it or if that's just fans going like they should redo it.
They're doing a sequel.
Nice.
But again they're doing it with like Keanu Reeves and I forgot the name of the guy that was the other one.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. Blonde guy.
Yeah, blonde guy. I mean, now at this point he's probably bald guy. But they're like super old now, and I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose of Bill and Ted because they're like teenagers.
The purpose.
What's the deal with Bill and Ted? I don't get it. How did you bring back all those people from time? I don't get it.
Let's talk about the Joker.
The movie?
I'm excited about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know if someone was saying, because I just watched the trailer and then I watched someone like break down the trailer.
I've watched that trailer on loop like a bajillion times.
And they were saying like the child he's making smile is actually
Bruce
like,
Wayne.
Yeah, which means like the Joker is at least 30 years older than Batman. Is that like consistent?
There's no Batman. Well, I mean, no Batman yet.
Yeah.
My theory, I did have a theory with it that a lot of other people had online for like the background of it. I don't think they'll actually do it in the movie, but like a nice little is the same Joker in that universe for Ben Affleck's Batman and like Jared Leto's the Joker. He's also the Joker, but he was a Joker around the time when Bruce Wayne's coming up, and then once he's older and he sees Bruce Wayne with like Robin, he's corrupts Robin and turns Robin into the new Joker. So Jared Leto's Joker used to be Robin, but Joaquin Phoenix's Joker corrupts him and turns him into that Joker.
Interesting. I like that theory. I don't like Jared Leto's
Joker at all.
Yeah, I don't like it that much.
But I'm excited about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. His laugh actually sounds really like intense and menacing.
Yeah, I like the idea of just getting into like his state of mind.
Yeah, treating it more like a person who goes insane more than a person who's just a clown like that. Like I really like when they go in depth with that character.
For sure.
Especially a character that's normally just doesn't have an origin, which is insane. They go so in depth with a character that pretty much has no origin story. I mean, if you can take in maybe like some of the other ones, like a lot of the story for this one's borrowed from like the Killing Joke comic book, where there's kind of an origin for him, but then when you find out later on that it might be a false memory, you don't really know if that's his origin. It's like a maybe thing. But
and he starts out as an open mic comedian.
Yeah, he starts out as a comedian that just doesn't doing well, and then he's also like a clown on the side.
And Gary Goldman's in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, he retweeted it because he's in the trailer for like 0.2 seconds. He's like the one guy on stage.
Oh, really?
In the trailer, yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know if he has any lines.
But I'm not for sure if that kid in the trailer is Bruce Wayne. The only one I know fairly for certain was Thomas Wayne's in the trailer, his dad.
Nice.
Because you know that part where there's the people being that are talking on TV, and they're like, "What kind of coward go and like does something that cold-blooded?" Yeah, it's Thomas Wayne. Which is funny because Alec Baldwin was supposed to play Thomas Wayne.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go with that.
I can't take him serious.
I'm really glad they went with Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro was a good choice, especially since
Robert De Niro's Thomas Wayne?
No, he's not Thomas Wayne, but Robert De Niro is like he's kind of like the Johnny Carson in the context of the show.
Oh yeah.
Because the movie's supposed to take place in like the 70s, so he's supposed to be like the Johnny Carson kind of ideal. He's not playing Johnny Carson, but he's like a late night host, and it's so cool to see like a 70s vibe with the Joker as well, especially with the colors of his suit.
Yeah, definitely.
And that makes it really interesting. And you can see a lot of the Scorsese elements in there, which is funny because Scorsese was supposed to be a bigger part of this production, but he had to drop out.
Oh, really?
But a lot of this movie is inspired by King of Comedy, which is a stand-up movie that Scorsese made with Robert De Niro.
That sounds cool. I need to see that.
It's really good. It's like this guy who really wants to be a comedian, like the best comedian of all time, but he obsesses over this dude that really is the best comedian of all time, and it's played by Jerry Lewis. Mm-hmm. And he's just trying to obsess about getting his own late night bit, like his own late night stand-up set. But that's all I'm gonna say. I really think you should watch it.
Hell yeah!
And it's inspired by that, but you can see all of these other
Scorsese inspired things, like even the way the film's shot and all of the way like the music is used throughout the trailer. And it feels a lot like a Taxi Driver when you see scenes like that scene where you see him dyeing his own hair in the mirror.
Taxi Driver.
You ever seen Taxi Driver? It's on Netflix, man. Watch it.
With Queen Latifah?
No. Yeah, the Taxi Driver were Queen Latifah and Jimmy Fallon.
Taxi Driver's an old movie, right?
Yeah, it's the one with Robert De Niro.
Mm.
And it's that one where he has the mohawk. And that's where you talking to me? That's where that comes from.
Really?
Yeah, because he's standing in the mirror and he's pointing the gun around and he's like, well, you talking to me? You talking to me? I don't see anybody else here. Must be talking to me.
Okay. See, there's so many movies I need to watch. I'm probably not going to watch them, though. But interesting. Interesting stuff. What's, I forgot to ask you, a comedy that you would give a 9 or 10? Did we ask? Do I have to tell me that
No, I
already?
don't think so. What's a comedy that I would give a 9 or a 10?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of harder to scale comedies like that. I think comedies are some of the hardest movies to make. And definitely for somebody like me that wants to be a critic, and like whenever I do reviews on my podcast, I want to be as like objective as possible. And comedy's so subjective.
Stop beating around the bush. Answer the fucking question.
A 9 or a 10 for me would be like Tommy Boy. That's a 9 out of 10
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. Superbad is a 10 out of 10 for me. Elf is up there. It's a 9. Then,
Legendary.
Blazing Saddles is a 9.
I haven't seen that one.
You never seen Blazing Saddles?
No, I haven't.
Dude, you are missing out. It is one
Probably.
of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my whole life.
Hear no evil, see no evil. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Just thought about that one.
Then, I love a lot of Mel Brooks movies. I mean, sometimes I think a lot of them go way overrated. Like, I think Spaceballs is overrated. That would.
Spaceballs is funny.
I think it's funny, but I
Got
think
that
that's
on
more
DVD?
like. I think it's more like a 6 out of 10 for me. I'm trying to think of other comedies that would be a really big 9 out of 10. 40-Year-Old Virgin is a 9.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's a 9. And let's see. I think Role Models would be an 8. I was about to say 9, but Role Models is an 8 for me.
Good shit.
Talladega Nights would be just barely a 9 in my opinion.
I forgot about
Just
Talladega Nights.
It would just barely be a 9.
It's a great one. A lot of Will Ferrell movies. And Judd Apatow movies.
Judd Apatow makes some of the best. It's so weird to put Judd Apatow in that kind of a box because it's like for him he really tries to make like dramedies. Where it's like half drama. And,
Like Knocked Up.
yeah, like Knocked Up. Which is funny that you haven't seen This Is 40 because This Is 40 is a spinoff from Knocked Up.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it's the family of Katherine Heigl's. It's like a Katherine Heigl's sister, her family. And
Nice.
so it's really cool. That one's really funny, but again, that one's like funny, and then it'll be serious for a while, and then it'll be funny, or the comedy's very natural and it's very realistic kind of comedy.
What did you think about the movie Funny People? Because I was bored as fuck.
I love that movie.
I might need to rewatch it.
That's one of my favorite Judd Apatow movies. I love it.
But sometimes...
But again, I don't love it because it's like, oh, it's such a funny movie.
Yeah.
I just love it because I could tell Judd Apatow really put his heart into the writing of that.
Nice. I think I need to watch it again because I've done that with movies before. Like the first time I watched Step Brothers, I didn't think it was funny.
Yeah.
And then I went back and watched it. I was like, oh, this is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
You know what experience I had that with? Planet of the Apes.
I haven't seen any of those.
The reboots. Because I remember I saw the one with James Franco. when it
Roseanne's
first
not
came
a fan.
What?
Roseanne's not a fan.
Roseanne reviews Planet of the Apes 0 out of 10. Too many apes. No, I watched the first one with James Franco when it first came out. And I remember thinking like, this isn't that good, and blah, blah, blah. And I came back like when the third one came out, the last one. And I was like, maybe I should try these again because I don't want to insult something or criticize something that I really don't know what I'm talking about. And so I went and rewatched the first one, and I was like, okay, it's okay. It's not bad. This is maybe like a 5 or 6 out of 10. And then I saw the second one, which was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And that one blew my fucking mind. And I saw it, and I was like, these movies are fucking like 8 to 9s out of 10. That Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is an 8, and then War for the Planet of the Apes was a 9, in my opinion.
What do you think about it being based on a true story in the future?
Is that what it's gonna be like?
Yeah.
All right, kids, tune into our documentary, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Exactly.
No, it makes me more excited about this new Batman movie now that I've seen these Planet of the Apes movies.
There's another Batman movie?
Yeah, they're making a new Batman.
Oh yeah, with fucking
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Nah, I have faith in it. Like I said, I think when it comes to superhero movies, specifically Batman movies, the success of who's playing Batman is all in the hands of the director.
Who's the director?
Matt Reeves. He's the one who made the second and third of these Planet of the Apes movies.
What else is he known for?
Trying to remember, I can look him up.
Google him. Do you know anything about the new Batman, like who the enemy will be?
No, it's way too early on. They haven't said anything. I remember the theories a while back were that it was going to be Deathstroke, with Joe Manganiello coming back to play him again.
That'd be cool. Wait, he's played him already?
Yeah, he played him in Justice League.
They made a Justice League movie?
Yes.
Holy shit.
They made a Justice League movie. That was Ben Affleck's last movie. That was Henry Cavill's last movie before he quit. And then
I'm out of the loop.
the post-credit scene was
Wait, so who'd they fight in Justice League?
Steppenwolf.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
It's pretty much just like a minion for the real villain. Like, you know those minions in Infinity War?
Mm-hmm.
It's like those. It's like just fighting one of those for a whole movie, which was stupid. But at the end, they had a post-credit scene where Lex Luthor gets broken out of prison. And then it's Deathstroke coming up, and they show him like taking his helmet off and gray hair.
People say I look like him. I don't believe them. He's way hotter than me.
I think it's a lot more like the facial structure. I can see it.
Take it back.
It's not something I would say it like at first, but it's not like a first thought I would have. But after hearing that, yeah.
There's a Batman trailer on YouTube. Is this real?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
They haven't even started filming yet. Or I don't know if they're filming here. Let me see. They're probably in production, but they're in pre-production right now. They're not
Well, they
filming.
show Robert Pattinson with a goatee on here.
In those individuals who believe they are heroes.
That's taken from Glass.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that looks familiar.
Remember when we saw Glass?
Yeah, that movie was awesome.
That movie was actually really fun. Matt Reeves also directed Let Me In. You ever see that vampire movie, Let Me In?
No.
No, you probably shouldn't. It's gory.
Stop talking to me like I'm a child.
It's really gory.
It's rated R, Matt.
That's what I was
Ask your
trying. I
mom.
was trying to warn you before we went to see Hellboy. I was like, just so you know, this is Heck Boy. You need to be prepared. You need to be prepared,
So
mate.
you know he knows the devil. So
He knows the devil. Him and the devil are pretty tight together. You gotta
say a prayer while you're watching.
say a prayer while you're watching it.
Bring a rosary.
Bring a rosary. Close your eyes. Say your Hail Marys. Hail Mary, full of grace.
Gonna throw holy water at you before the last scene.
Yo, last night I was playing that Devil May Cry reboot game. And it's so fucking weird having a game where like you have guns that shoot holy water.
Is that the thing?
It's like a gun where it's like holy water bullets.
I've never played those, but I know they were really popular.
They're super fun. They're really fun if you like doing games where like you have like a sword and shit and like fight demons, but you get the option to be really stylized with it.
Nice.
So you can have basic attacks, but like if you're able to mix it up and know your combos, it looks super cool.
That's awesome. I've always
Especially-
wanted to play God of War because they always look like they had cool combos.
The new one or the original?
Any of them. I've never played any of them. They were always on PlayStation, and I always had an Xbox.
Do you have an Xbox still?
No, I sold it. I don't have
Dude, I
any
just
gaming-
sold mine yesterday.
I don't have any gaming systems.
I just sold mine yesterday.
I
I'm
sold my
selling-
Xbox and bought a Roku for $30.
Really?
Yeah. So I could watch Stranger Things.
I sold my Xbox. I'm keeping my PlayStation. I'll die with that thing.
You had both?
Yeah.
Nerd.
But I sold my Xbox just the other day. I'm about to sell all my games.
About to sell
for
my
it.
ass.
And yeah, I saw the Facebook ad. I was a little bit disturbed. But I sold my Xbox, and then now I'm going to sell the games. And after I sell the games, I'm going to try to get a Switch.
Blade?
Yeah, Switchblade.
Hell yeah.
I want to
Those are
threaten
cool.
people in the streets to get money. No, I want to get a Switch so I can beat my children.
That's fun.
It looks really cool, Nintendo Switch. I thought there's a lot of cool things to do with it.
Yeah.
And like Kimmy and I were talking about getting a really cool Pokemon game on there, and just playing Pokemon.
Bunch of dorks. But y'all can play at the same time because you're controller breaks into pieces.
Yeah, it does.
That's
It's
cool.
the first gaming console you can break. I think they saw those people breaking their PS4 controllers out of rage, and they were like, "Try it now, bitches."
You have to be extra angry to break.
You have to
tiny
be
controller.
extra angry.
Grab a hammer.
Oh man, that was
Switch
funny as
seems
fuck,
cool.
bro.
I'm excited for. I think I'm probably gonna buy whatever console comes out next, whatever PlayStation comes out with next.
It's gonna have to be PlayStation. It's up until E3 of this year. Xbox has been playing catch up, but this year Xbox really pulled it off
Really,
at E3 because they were showcasing a lot of games, a lot of good games. Sony just kind of phoned it in. They didn't really do much.
I only want to play the next Grand Theft Auto, so
That's gonna take a while.
yeah.
That new Avengers game looks kind of cool though.
I haven't looked at any like new video games.
But you saw that Cyberpunk thing with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I saw
That
someone-
game is gonna be amazing.
I didn't see any gameplay. I just saw like a
They
clip
haven't
of it.
they haven't released gameplay yet.
I just saw like the artwork, and I thought it was a movie.
They're supposed to release gameplay later on, in the next few months.
Nice.
Comic-Con's here though. They're about to start releasing trailers.
For what? Video games?
Sometimes video games, mostly new movies. And then Marvel's gonna announce their next phase of movies that they have planned. So we're gonna know what the plan is for those next movies.
What's a 2019 movie you're excited about, or a 2020 movie?
A 2020 movie.
Yeah. Because I know you're into that shit.
I think the Batman comes out that time. So I think that'll be a movie that I'm excited about.
Is it called The Batman?
Yeah, it's called The Batman.
Mm.
That's what they call him in these new movies. They call him The Batman.
I call him El Batmano.
I don't know. I think one of the movies I was most hyped about lately was Child's Play. I still haven't seen Spider-Man yet. And
Is
I'm
it
really
because you
hyped
like
for that.
children?
No, it's because I like Chucky. I want to fuck Chucky.
I haven't seen. I like that, like a vampire impression. Probably
What?
shouldn't watch it. It's gory. When you fuck Chucky and bite him with your vampire teeth.
Let's see what's coming out next year. You see the thing for that Dora the Explorer movie?
No.
It looks so stupid.
I have a great concept for a movie. I'm going to run it by you. I want you to tell me what you think. So there's a zombie outbreak, right? But
I'm already lost.
But the
Zombie
only
movies are
the
so
only
good.
way to stop the outbreak is to bite the zombies and turn them back into humans.
But it's like a really gross bite. And people are like, I really don't want to do it. They're like, this is your dead relative.
You have to bite your wife, John.
Okay. Yeah, that I think that'd be a good comedy. There was a zombie comedy that just came out with Bill Murray and Adam Driver.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
What's it called?
I think it's called like The Dead Don't Stay Dead or something like that.
See, I haven't even heard it. There's so many movies I don't even get to hear about.
There's a new movie coming out, like a horror comedy that's coming out in August called Ready or Not that I want to see.
Here I come. You can't hide.
But it's like a movie where this like lady's married into a family, and like what they have to do on the wedding night is like play a game because it's like a tradition or something, and it's hide and seek. So she's playing hide and seek around the house, but they're all trying to kill her because they're doing some kind of ritual.
Well, that's fun.
So it's like a trap for her to be there so they can perform a ritual and kill her. And so she's like trying to hide everywhere around the house.
It's like a prequel to the movie Clue.
Yes. As soon as it ends, it turns into Clue.
All right, now who did it?
Now who did it? That'd be a great sequel for Clue. They just have somebody coming going, okay, now who did it?
Just
I would
Just a house full of murderers. Was it you, Dave?
I would love to see a movie where like a detective movie, like a whodunit. That's what I'm thinking. A whodunit movie where somebody's legit just irritated throughout the whole movie. Somebody like dies in the living room. Okay, now who did it?
Again with this shit. Like
Yeah.
just a detective that hates his job.
Yeah. But you kind of get that with Hateful Eight, with Samuel L. Jackson being like, all right, come on. Let's see. I'm trying to see what movies are coming out next year. The new Terminator movie looks like shit.
There's another one? Jesus.
But the sequel for The Shining looks really fucking cool.
Mm.
Did you see the thing for the new Charlie's Angels?
Does it have Jack Nicholson?
No. It's
No.
like it takes place like way in the future. Like the kid's grown up now. It's about him as an adult.
They just had like a Charlie's Angels in like 2006.
Yeah, this new one looks like shit. The main girl in it is the girl from Twilight.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, and she's got like Captain Marvel's hair from Avengers Endgame.
Oh, even more gross.
So she's just got super short hair.
It's gonna be like a whole women empowerment movie.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know it's not gonna have my money. They're rebooting Black Christmas, which I think is a good idea.
See, I don't think black people should celebrate Christmas, but that's just my opinion.
It's not that at all. It's a slasher movie with a dude that's it's a dude that's dressed up as Santa. That's a slasher.
Listen,
It's
I'm
really
not gonna wear
stupid.
dreadlocks. You don't celebrate Christmas, okay?
Oh yes, Sonic the Hedgehog comes out next year.
I saw they like remade his character just because everyone was like complaining.
Yeah. Well, it's justified though, because it's like if you take a look at that Pokemon movie that just came out, Detective Pikachu. Like, look at the animation they nailed from that and made it look exactly like the Pokemon shit that people are into.
Yeah, I won't watch it, but I heard it was really good.
The story,
I heard the animation.
the animation's really good, but if they can perfect that animation, how the hell did they just pull off this cheap ass shit with this Sonic? Like, that's ridiculous. There's no excuse to have a Sonic look like that. It's understandable if you're not able to get like enough frames in, or maybe it's something to do with like maybe you can't do the fur, so you have to like make him solid looking and all of that. But really, that's really what you guys were going for? That's ridiculous.
Are you excited about the Lion King or Little Mermaid reboot?
I haven't heard anything about the Little Mermaid reboot, but
I haven't either. When's that supposed to come out? Because everyone's bitching about it, and I haven't seen any type of. Are they even filming it right now?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't know the Lion. I don't know. At first, when I was seeing the stuff for the Lion King, I was like, maybe not. But now that I'm seeing like clips and stuff, like, I'm actually really excited to see it.
It's a really
like,
solid
whenever I
cast.
get back from vacation, that's one of the first things I'm doing. Is Kimmy and I are gonna do it.
I'm excited. I think Timon and Pumbaa will be great.
It was weird. Have you seen that clip of Timon and Pumbaa?
I haven't seen any clips.
There's a clip where they're talking, like when they meet Simba, and you have to really get used to Timon. But I feel like even in the clip, once you get used to it, it's pretty good because Billy Eichner's playing Timon.
Yeah, the guy with the half eye.
Yeah, he even has that when he's animated.
Eye half closed.
Yeah,
He's funny though. He was on Parks and Rec.
yeah, I was.
Always doing some crazy shit.
Let's
I'm
see.
gonna look up a Lion King trailer.
Look up Lion King clip.
Lion King clip.
I don't know why they're doing Ghostbusters 3 though. That's what one of the things from next year is Ghostbusters 3.
With the women?
No, they're bringing back like the original story.
Oh, thank God.
So it's like officially like
I'm just playing.
Ghostbusters 3.
I still won't watch it.
The only thing they've announced is that Paul Rudd is in it. The Kingsman prequel, I think I'll see that.
I haven't seen that one either.
Godzilla vs. King Kong actually looks pretty cool. The New Mutants. That movie was supposed to be out like forever ago.
Oh, what, did you watch the Dark Phoenix or whatever?
No, hell.
A lot of
hell no.
people bitched about it.
I just saw the trailer and I saw bad news from the jump, and I was like, I think Apocalypse was a good enough ending.
Who would you cast as the next Wolverine?
Tom Hardy.
Oh, that'd be dope. I like that. I was
right away, Tom Hardy. Man.
I was thinking he'd make a better Sabretooth.
Tom Hardy as Sabretooth? Yeah.
Yeah,
He could do that.
he could do both. Play himself.
Play himself.
Fight himself.
Tom Hardy playing Tom Hardy.
There's
Not
a
fair.
2-minute clip of Lion King.
Actually,
This
he
is
has
my
done
little
that.
friend.
He was in that movie where he was twin brothers.
While some are born
Really?
to feast,
Yeah, he played two characters at once.
others spend their lives
He had to like
in
jump
the
back and
dark.
forth in the frame. What do you think about this? Well, I think this.
That's what
Begging for
the girl from The
scraps.
Parent Trap, the redhead, Lindsay
Oh,
Lohan.
yeah.
That's what she did.
Did she really?
I don't know, but she was her own twin.
In between frames, she was smoking crack.
Exist together in a delicate balance.
Shut up, Mufasa. I'm trying to forward to where Timon and Pumbaa are.
While others search for what they
I don't
can
know where to
take,
go.
a true king searches for what he can give.
Facts, though.
Is this ASMR?
It's July 19th. Holy shit.
Run away,
5 days.
Simba,
Yeah.
and
I'm so out of the loop
never
with movies. It
return.
comes out in 5 days. The monkey looks cool. I forgot who's playing Zazu.
Zazu?
Yeah.
I think it's
John Mulaney?
maybe. I'll look it up.
No, it's not John Mulaney. I knew who
This
it was.
is.
Oh, it's the guy from
Must
the.
take your
He was originally on the Daily Show, and he has his own show now.
Oh,
The British dude.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's a comic. John something.
No, John. You're thinking of Jon Stewart.
No, not John Stewart. No, his name. He doesn't have
You're
John
thinking-
in his name.
But you're thinking of John Oliver then.
John Oliver, yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
place.
Okay, Timon and Pumbaa haven't even been in this
In the
bitch yet.
circle of life.
Yeah, John Oliver Zazu. music seems
Eric
like
Andre's
they're really
in
gonna
it.
nail it.
Oh, that was it?
There's a clip where they find. Just look up Timon and Pumbaa clip.
Timon and Pumbaa
Eric
rescue
Andre's in it.
scene. Yeah, I just saw that. He's playing Simba.
He just goes, "Ah!"
All right, Timon and Pumbaa, here we go. This is a 4-minute clip.
I missed him. I'm gonna get one of those vultures one day. I'm gonna get one. I don't know.
Okay, the
why
art's
it's so
really
important
impressive.
to you. I just feel like it would make me feel better. Oh no, it's a little lion.
That is not a lion.
Well then go check it out. What is
That
it?
is not a lion. It's a furry bird.
It looks like a lion.
That's not a lion. Let me get a closer look. Excuse me. Oh, all right, let me see what we're dealing with here. It's a lion! Run for your life, Pumbaa!
Hey, Timon, wait, Timon, wait.
I like how Timon sounds like an uppity gay guy.
It gets bigger.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Keep him. Oh.
like
Where's
it's,
my Gucci boots?
like I said, maybe John Mulaney should have done it. Wow, a lion! I was walking down the plains, and then I saw a lion, a real-life lion.
What a tall, sleepy child. You can't keep burning the candle at both ends.
Like I said, I think with that, what's his name, Billy Eichner doing Timon, it's definitely, it sounds weird from the jump, but even in that clip, I was like, if you get used to it, it sounds just fine.
Yeah, sounds all right. That's interesting.
But it's weird, though, casting choices, it's really hard to tell this early on when they do casting choices like that, whether or not it's going to be a good call. Because I was part of the group of people that thought Ben Affleck was going to be the worst Batman ever. Like, worse than George Clooney.
I didn't think that was a bad movie.
I thought he was going to just be horrible as Batman.
He took a lot of roids.
But now I think he's one of the best people to ever play Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The best person's still Adam West, but...
I only know Adam West from Family Guy.
But Adam West is my favorite, and then there's Michael Keaton. It's hard to top those two. But Ben Affleck is really good. I thought Ben Affleck was better than Christian Bale at being Batman.
Interesting. That's who I was thinking. When I heard Seth Rogen's voice as Pumbaa, I was thinking it was Jeff Garlin.
Ah.
They kind of sound the same.
I thought you were going to say Christian Bale.
I'm Pumbaa.
I'm Pumbaa. It's the circle of life! Oh my god, I had to find this other audio clip.
Sometimes justice is putting a coat over a child's shoulders. I'm about to kill all these fish.
I gotta find this, hang on. There's another clip of Zach Hadel where he's talking about this dude that, this rich guy that would go visit kids in cancer hospitals dressed up as Batman and like visit the kids, and then Zach Hadel was like, I think it'd be pretty cool if he was like if it was like Christian Bale Batman going to visit these kids. Here it is.
Where are they?
Corey, shut up. Jeff, continue, please. I'm not even
There's
sure.
a wealthy man. He dresses up as Batman. He drives a black Lamborghini to the hospital. He has a lot of money and a lot of time, and he's bored. And he wants to make kids feel better. So he goes.
It's like his Batmobile.
Yeah, we were just saying, like, I think it'd be pretty sweet if it was Dark Knight Batman.
Yeah.
Where's the cancer? Where is it?
He just says children the kid.
That's funny.
Where's the cancer? Where is it?
That's funny. There's a South Park episode where they're making fun of Russell Crowe. He's like, I'm gonna fight cancer. Where's pussy ass cancer? And he just starts beating up cancer patients.
Yo, man. I think one of the dumbest jokes they made, but still makes me laugh to this day, is the I ain't no gay fish. Kanye West.
Classic.
We still got to do that episode for my podcast where we talk about South Park.
We do.
It's been a while since I've recorded. I feel bad for people that really want to listen to my show. I just
get together, bro.
I just get really busy, and it's hard to make time to record for stuff like that, especially since a lot of the stuff I want to jump into now is like solo episodes for a bit, so I can do much more of my like in-depth stuff. And a lot of that stuff takes a while for me to do those episodes because I have to watch the movies that I'm talking about at least 3 times, and I have to be taking notes the whole time and have a whole list. But like the movie I was going to do, and I still have the notes semi-ready for it, was I was going to talk about The Lobster and go over that one on my podcast because that one's really good. Have you seen that movie?
Never even heard of it.
Never even heard of it?
I went to Red Lobster a couple weeks ago.
It's very much like a Twilight Zone, like Black Mirror kind of movie. And it's this movie where there's this new societal law where everybody has, it's like an enforced law by the government that everybody has to be paired up. So it's like you have to have a spouse, pretty much. You have to have a spouse. And then if you don't have one and you're classified as without a spouse, you have to stay in this hotel with a bunch of other people that are also not classified with spouses, and you have to find somebody that you like or somebody that you would classify with as a spouse within a certain time frame. And if you don't and you stay at the hotel too long, then they turn you into an animal. And then
beautiful.
And then you get to but then they're like, it's a nice hotel, and then they're like, well, if you don't make it through, you get to decide what animal you want to be.
Okay, someone's told me about that movie before.
I think it was me.
Might have been.
But it's a really interesting, and it's like a really dark world to go into. And it's very much like a Twilight Zone approach, where it's supposed to be like this big message about life in general, as they're telling this cool, like, dark dystopian world.
Hell yeah.
And then another one I'm going to do probably right after that is I'm going to do one, I was going to call it like 2019 so far. And I was just going to do reviewing all of the movies that I've seen this year so far, talking about what I think.
Here's all the movies I've watched. You should do it in that voice.
Here's all the movies I've watched this year. Toy Story was complete shit, okay? Like, I didn't even get it. How did the toys even go to the bathroom? Like, they never explained 5.
That's a great voice. You should definitely use that. Use that for an episode. It's like, I'm here with my cousin, Dave. He wants to help me review this. Hey, what's up, Gabe? Thank you for having me.
What's up, Gabe? Thank you for having me. I get more and more unintelligible as I go along throughout the podcast. I'm like, well, what do you think, Dave? Wow, Dave, that's a little racist. I don't think you should say that. But oh no, Dave's joking.
Stop blowing someone. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, I have to poop.
Oh, you do?
So we can wrap it up. I've also got something to do it too as well.
All right.
And it's 12:34. Ask you one more question.
All right.
Let me think of a fun one. What's the time? Think of a time. Let me read.
Jeez, you're like that kid that's like, have you ever want to ever want something so bad and ever just
What's the time that you can remember that you laughed the hardest?
Oh boy, the time I remember I laughed the hardest. I'm trying to think.
Wasn't it like during a Nazi rally?
I was watching Michael Vick footage and I was like,
Holocaust Museum, pull over.
I need a good laugh. Oh my god. I'll be like walking in the room. I just walk into the room with my girlfriend and be like, babe, you gotta see this footage. This is hilarious. She's like, what is it? It's an ISIS beheading. Oh
Classic.
man. Jesus, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it's a hard question.
It is a hard question because it's like I don't know, like I do laugh a lot, but it's hard to think about a time where you really, really laughed to like where you couldn't breathe from laughing so hard. I laugh a lot at work, surprisingly, for as much as I dislike my job. I do laugh a lot at work.
Look at all these logs.
What's the deal with all this lumber? Where do you need to put it?
Do Mexicans hang out in front of Lowe's? Everyone.
That's a very weird thing for you to ask that question because I've seen you in front of Lowe's.
Everyone talks about Home Depot like, oh, the Mexicans wait at Home Depot for jobs, but you never hear Lowe's, you know.
No, we got water hoses.
Get out of here!
Get out, scram! Little did you hear?
I'll get the broomstick.
I'm calling Trump. No, we don't. We have like a nice big gated wall built around our garden section. Oh man!
If you don't want to be in the cage, you go back home. Duh.
You're like some like really angry like ignorant like guy from the Bronx apparently.
Told you to stay the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. You know what? If you don't like the gates, you don't like the wall, how about you get on the fuck out of here, all right? The jobs are ours. We've already got them. You can't take them.
We ain't got room for you.
We ain't got room for you. Why are you just complaining all the time? Get out of here.
Stop sending your kids over here, man. We don't want your goddamn kids.
We're running out of space. We gotta throw them in pet kettles over here. Get us a break.
We don't have enough soccer teams. What are we supposed to do? There's too many goddamn Taco Bells out here.
Oh my god. No. Oh. I don't know. I was about to make a joke about this like inside joke I have with my coworkers, but I don't know if my coworkers are going to be listening to this.
Probably not. They don't know me.
They don't know you, but I posted on my Instagram that I was doing this, and they follow me on
nice.
Instagram. So I don't know if I'd do it because then I'd have to worry about dropping names and all that because of inside jokes. But
you can change the names.
I can change the names.
Yeah, me and Barry.
I mean Barry. Tom. I mean Barry.
Me and Barry were at Ace Hardware.
Me and Barry at Ace Hardware. Oh my god. I love how this was the last question, but we're just pretty much just
answered it.
Yeah, we're just riffing on just saying shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Why are all these Asians in this restaurant right now? Y'all only do nails?
Oh my god, that's funny.
Racist New Yorkers.
No, we got a guy that I work with that's from another department that just doesn't shut up about his truck. And just goes on and on and on about it, and we were making fun of how somebody had asked him a question about his engine, and he didn't. It was a very basic engine question. I forgot what it was, and the guy just didn't answer it and just like moved forward. And I was like, and one of the guys in the other departments was like, well, just be careful because if you just ask him about his truck, his only response is going to be like, my truck goes vroom vroom. And so we had a bit where it was just we saw that same guy like parked his truck off the other day, like in the like double parked. And we were like, let's just go talk to him and be like, Tom, you parked in the wrong spot. What? You parked in the wrong spot. Your truck over there. And somebody's like, no, we shouldn't say truck. My truck goes vroom, vroom.
That's funny. That's the time you laughed the hardest?
That's the last time I laughed really, really hard.
Terrible fucking story. I'm just kidding. That was cool. I like it. All right.
Terrible fucking human being. It's like a Donald Trump compliment. You're a great guy. I love what you're doing. You're a great person, great personality. I love you, but you're also a piece of shit person. I hate just looking at you. You're fired. You're out of here.
Yes.
And we'll end it with that Trump impression, right?
Yeah. Say goodbye and suck my dick in Trump's voice, and we'll wrap it up.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, America. I'd love to invite you all to just suck on my big, very big, news has confirmed this, big cock. Good night, everyone.